FTP, PG Nation. Welcome back to episode 5. This is the ASMR episode because we're back home. We just gotta take a little bit of lo-fi this time. It can't be too loud. Indubitably.
Yeah, man.
Nah, nah, I'm just fucking
How
playing.
do you like the intro? How do you
Oh,
like the intro?
I already dropped the
Should we
F-bomb.
do an
I wasn't
ASMR?
supposed to.
No, it's all. Should we do an ASMR episode?
Comment down below, ASMR episode or nah. But no, this is a Thanksgiving special. This is truly FTP. We're recording at 2 a.m. A lot of things happened trying to record this episode. I honestly thought it might be the easiest one to record, but turns out it was actually probably one of the most difficult just because scheduling, going
Slightly
back home.
delayed.
But this should be out on time. Hopefully Thanksgiving morning, a little Thanksgiving treat for our boys and girls out there, women.
Thanksgiving's gonna be
But yeah,
fun, man.
yeah,
What's your
happy
favorite
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving dish? Happy Thanksgiving.
That's definitely got to be stuffing. Give me that
Stuff
stuffing. What about you?
Stuffing's interesting. I
Stuffing.
don't know. I think one of the
That's number one.
proteins, like a little turkey, maybe a ham.
Little
Pretty the
turkey, little
best,
ham.
honestly. Yeah.
But
Have
yeah,
to have
happy
gravy though.
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to BG Nation. We're
Sure.
thankful for y'all, everyone out there that tune
No
in.
doubt.
But yeah, we got a good episode coming in. I've been hot for the past probably 24 hours trying to actually shoot this epi. So I'm coming in hot. Rory's got to be a little quieter because he's at the family function right now. Like I said, 2 a.m.
Yep.
So
All good,
little
all good. We're gonna get an episode out, no doubt. Have
heck
some
yeah, we
information to talk about, a lot of Thanksgiving games to talk about, a lot of
oh yeah.
exciting stuff. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
could
had
definitely get into what were you about to say?
now we apologize. I mean, I just want
Oh,
to
no
start off
doubt, no
start
doubt.
off apologizing for the scuff setup. Obviously,
Insane setup, insane setup.
this isn't
It's
up
not too
to
bad. It's not too bad in my opinion, but
not up to BG
some
standards.
things,
Come on.
yeah, definitely, definitely,
We've been upgrading, but sometimes this is what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do. We're about
no doubt.
5 hours apart, um, but we got to do what we got to do. I think Rory's gonna have to apologize for maybe losing some of y'all some money last week. We can start off with that
Actually, yeah, we
actually
could
too.
definitely apologize with that. I definitely didn't go back on the picks. I think it was AJ Brown who, torched the Cowboys defense. Honestly, didn't even torch. He just had a good first half.
No,
And I mean, we could talk about that later, but definitely
nah,
missed out on some bread. This
I
week we're gonna
saw
come back
that.
stronger though, bro. 3 for 5, 3 for 5. We'll come back stronger for sure.
I saw the beginning of that Cowboys game, and I saw him just destroying the first drive. I'm like, ooh. I was like, ooh, I think Roy hit the under on that boy, and
Yeah,
that was
man.
dead on arrival DOA.
Cowboys
Um,
were in the wake at first, but we could talk about that later.
oh yeah,
Definitely.
Cowboys stepped it up. So
For
just a little
sure.
preview of what we got going on. We got a little Cowboys talk coming up. Got our usual NBA, big weekend for college football. So we almost didn't do the pod, but we had to get it out. This is a big weekend for college football,
Very
especially,
big,
and
very big.
it's a great weekend for football. Starting off Thursday all day for Thanksgiving. Obviously, the game's going on, and then
Yep.
again Friday and Saturday rivalry week for college football, and then Black Friday game, and then obviously Sunday NFL. So if you're a football fan, this
For
is a
sure.
huge weekend. So we got a lot to talk about. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know we appreciate all the support. We've gone up about 20 subs since like last week. So all of y'all new subscribers, welcome in. We
For
appreciate y'all and
sure.
keep leaving likes, keep subscribing, especially if you do watch and you're not subscribed yet. Make sure you just hit that subscribe. And if you're a fan and you think maybe some of you might know like sports, likes podcasts, tell them just pop in, hit a subscribe, hit a like, check out one of our episodes or our clips, all at Baker's Gold Podcast on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, and
Yep.
Instagram. But yeah,
No,
we can.
definitely.
Ooh, I'm already, god dang, out of breath, out of
How you feeling?
wind.
How you feeling? Now we could definitely get into
Ooh.
this next segment. We got last week's takes, brother. Last week's
Oh yeah.
takes.
I'll start off with
So,
mine, and
yeah,
then you can do yours.
yeah,
So
for sure.
I I infamously went on a rant. I've been for like the past week. I've been screaming from the top of my lungs that Shador is some booty juice. I've been saying it. Like I've been standing on that, and then he came out there and he whooped on the Vegas Raiders. He didn't look
Yep.
crazy good, but he didn't look bad. He actually had a
Right.
really good game. So I
The
would
Raiders,
say,
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, it's the
definitely
Raiders.
not the best team, like I guess on paper wise, but their defense has held teams like the Broncos to what was it, 10 points or
Yeah,
really low points. They're credible here and there.
yeah. But Shador showed
Shador,
that
first
he can
start.
play
Yep.
against NFL teams. So That's on me. I was a little bit off on that. We'll see how he does for the rest of the season. He was named starter for this upcoming week.
Excited, yeah,
So
definitely excited to see what he's gonna do for the rest of the season.
yeah.
But
Speaking about the Raiders, another thing about the Raiders here for our picks.
yep, and we
Roy, you
got
want to take it over?
I know last week we I said that Chip Kelly, I brought up that he was the highest paid coordinator with a what is it, 31st ranked scoring offense. Definitely crazy to me, so I brought it up. And this week, this past couple of days, he got fired from the Raiders organization. How do you think about that? What do you think about that? That's crazy.
I mean, I don't want to say he predicted it, but I mean, you brought up the topic. I feel like
It's
usually,
crazy. That's crazy.
recently, I'll see topics brought up about a week later, and I'll have to tell people when they bring it up to me, hey, we just
Yeah,
talked about that on the pod. I mean, if you're tuning into the
that's
pod,
yeah, true.
you're kind of getting these scoops a little bit early. Like, if you're
That's
tapped
what I was.
in,
That's what I exactly what I thought.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, people tell me, hey, you talk about this, or what about this that happened? Bro, we just talked about that on the pod, so
Yes.
that's just a little showing right there. I mean, we know ball.
Not for real,
We're in the weeds. So if you don't pay attention too much to ESPN, but you watch the pod, you're ahead of the curve just by a little bit at least. But that was a
Not for
good.
sure. So
You
yeah, I
brought that
mean,
up, Roy. But
yep.
obviously, you got
Chip
that
Kelly
right.
getting fired. That was a. I
I got mine
appreciate it.
wrong. So maybe Roy knows ball, but I
It's all
don't.
good. Miss some. Yeah, yeah, miss some.
You hit
It's all good.
some,
We can definitely
you
get
miss
into the
on
next
some.
segment though.
But yeah, no, POS of this
Nah,
week,
for
it
sure. A
was.
little laggy. This is definitely my fault, G. This is definitely what's gonna come with this setup, bro. Just a tad laggy. Oh my goodness. We're
It is
good
also
though.
my Wi-Fi.
It's like
My
clearly
again
good.
again back to the scuffs, back to the scuff setup. I'm quite
Guys
literally in
teleported,
RV.
bro.
Oh, I'm lagging on your screen. You're lagging on
We're
my screen,
working
bro.
with what we got. We're working with what
You're
we got.
going bonkers on my screen.
Me
But
too.
no,
We're working with what we got, bro.
I'm in a toaster oven. I'm in an RV right now, full of junk, and the Wi-Fi router is like a whole building over, and I'm the host. So I mean, well, fucking,
Yeah,
god
bro.
dang
You're
it,
cooking us.
that's
It's all
two
good, bro. I
f-bombs
can hear
dropped
you.
already.
You can hear me, right?
But
It's
I can hear
unfortunate.
you.
At least you're watching yourself. You're watching yourself. Okay, but I can hear you super good.
The masses can hear us. The masses can hear us. I think, hopefully, if not scuffed.
Yeah,
But
that's all we need. I think
um,
that's all we
we're
need.
working with it.
I think it'll catch up
But yeah,
eventually. Yeah.
it's fine. But POS of the week, Trayvon Moehrig. Trayvon Moehrig, he just hit Juwan Jennings with a major nut punch this last Monday night. Panthers safety
Hit
Trayvon
him with the
Moehrig
Draymond.
hit him with the Draymond. Not even, dude. Straight fist to nutsack. Hit him with that. I
It's
mean, obviously, if you're
crazy.
down, you'd be frustrated with what's going on. You know, you're not stopping the O,
Right.
but to hit a grown man with a nut punch in the middle of a football game, that's a
What team?
POS move. He just
What
got.
team was he on?
Well, go ahead. He's on the Panthers, so it's
What
whenever
team
the
was he on?
Panthers played the 49ers.
Panthers.
Panthers. Yeah, he's on the Panthers. Before
Okay.
that, the Raiders. But Trayvon Moehrig, safety, hit freaking Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings started crashing out. He freaking hit him with the two-piece afterwards. He had to be
Yeah,
held back by his own team. He got like body slammed by one of his teammates trying to hold him back. I mean,
it's
honestly,
crazy.
honestly,
Little
that's kind of
WWE.
valid. That's kind of valid to be honest.
Nah,
If you
it's
get
crazy.
punched in the nuts in the middle of a football game, come on, bro. As
Definitely
DTM is doing too
valid. Like the
much.
Jalen Ramsey situation. Yeah.
That's DTM. So Trayvon Moehrig, come on, calm yourself. He just got suspended for a game. He got hit with a fat fine. I don't have the
Only
exact
a
numbers on that.
game is crazy. Only a game is
Nut,
crazy. He's gonna crash
nut
out.
punch of doom and despair. So Trayvon Moehrig, you are our POS of the week. Um, but yeah, like I said, we do have a lot of football to cover in this episode, but we're gonna be moving on to NBA first. A lot of news going on in the NBA.
Yep.
Honestly, a
You
lot
want
of
to get it
just side,
started?
a lot of side
A lot of
quests.
side
Frick.
rants, yeah. Early
Yeah,
NBA season, a lot of side quests, a lot of, weird topics, but we can definitely get into that. What do you want to talk about? We can start
I
it
mean,
off with
we can just go down the
yeah.
list.
You
I
can
brought this
explain
one
that
up.
first one. Explain that first one.
I thought it was funny. Evan Mobley, big man for the Cavaliers, has a new nickname. Disrespectful nickname, honestly.
Very
What was he last
disrespectful.
year? Was it the Anomaly? They gave him the
Yeah.
Anomaly last year, which is,
Wait,
I
did
mean,
they? That's
he was the
crazy.
Anomaly last year. But Mobley this year has earned the nickname AT&T, and the reason why is because people were talking about Jalen Duran, who we just spoke about last week, how he's taking this big leap to hit
Jalen
like 20
Duran,
and 10.
Jalen Duran.
It's 2
No, it's
a.m.
okay. It's okay.
Jalen
Duran
Duran,
Duran.
Jalen Duran. But no, Jalen
Yeah.
Duran has taken that big leap for the Pistons, as we talked about last week. While
Yeah.
Evan Mobley, there was a famous tweet that went out. This boy has been hitting the 18-8 since year one and has not developed at all, and that has coined the nickname AT&T.
That's great. Are we really like wait, I have a question about that one. Are we really hating on Evan Mobley for having 18 and 8 stats? Like that's pretty fair to me, bro.
It's not
Honestly.
bad. I don't think it's
It's
bad, but I think
fair,
it's
bro.
it's the fact that he's been averaging 18-8
So
since
no
his rookie
improvement.
year. No
Okay, no improvement.
improvement. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah. Okay, okay.
you got big men taking leaps like Jalen Duren, for the
Okay, I
Pistons,
get
but you got
that. Yep.
so that's a disrespectful nickname. And then there was just a bigger discussion like, what are some of the more disrespectful nicknames in NBA history? Obviously, you got Westbrook. Westbrook's a good
Westbrook is an
one.
insane one.
That's a great,
That
and that
man
one
has a
stuck.
family, bro. That man
That
has a
man has
family, bro. Come on, dude. Like,
that's a famous one. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
Westbrook is pretty like common nowadays. People call him Westbrook. Westbrook. That's a common one. Other
Right.
ones, Pandemic P. Dude,
Pandemic
Pandemic
P. Yeah,
P
yeah, that's
is
a good one. I like that one. I like
that's
that one.
disgusting.
Hmm.
For Paul George. What are some other
Right.
disrespectful nicknames? Honestly, in the NBA.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
Pandemic P. Freaking God. I can't come
I
up with
feel
other
like
ones, but
CP3 has one. Surely CP3 has one.
CP zero rings.
Yeah, CP0
That's
rings.
now that
I've
is
heard that one for sure.
disrespectful.
That one is insane.
CP
He's an
zero
all-time
is
point guard. He's an all-time point guard, and that zero ring thing will stick with him. That's unfortunate.
I mean, he went from the point guard to CP
Right.
zero rings. I mean,
It's
that's
unfortunate.
disrespectful. But
Disrespectful for sure.
Evan Mobley, just a short list of a guy who just got another disrespectful nickname. AT&T. Will it stick?
Yeah.
Probably not. It don't got the same ring, but
Nah, it definitely doesn't. It's all
it
good though.
don't. But I thought it was a funny one worth
Definitely
bringing
funny.
up.
Yeah.
Um, we also got James Harden saving the league. Saving the league. Freaking
Yeah.
another just little subplot, bro. I swear, early NBA.
Harden subplot. Yeah.
Harden subplot. So obviously that's just because the Thunder do have the Clippers number one pick, first round pick this year, and obviously the
Yeah.
Clippers are Dookie Buns this year. So I mean, if they keep losing, there's a chance that the dang freaking Thunder, we already talked about, will have a dang
Insanity.
top three
Insanity.
pick
Yeah.
this year. So people are saying Harden's
Very
out here
good
putting
top players.
yeah, they're putting in that Harden's putting in that work to try to save the league from the Thunder
Yeah.
acquiring that top three pick, and that just brings a different discussion. I saw right before the pod too
What's
that
up?
Harden's been trying to escape being the number one guy since he left Houston.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to go to Brooklyn to team
Yeah.
with KD and Kyrie, and then he just had to become the number one guy, and then going to Philly to try to be the co-star to Joel Embiid, and then just having to
Yeah.
become the guy there because Embiid's always injured. Then going to the dang freaking Clippers to team up with like Kawhi and PG, and then just become the number one guy. How he is
Yeah,
again.
man.
He can't
Definitely
escape it.
just yeah, for sure. And I think he's a very good player, very talented player. Obviously, we've seen what he could do with the playmaking and scoring. And I think definitely he's again finding that stride without, Kawhi, barely being there. I mean, I know he's back, but I mean, it definitely shows to how good of a player he is, no doubt. I remember we used to do those, what is it, Kyrie Irving versus James Harden discussions, and I
Dude,
used to always get heated because I picked
I
Kyrie.
I used to
But I
always
mean,
die on the
yeah,
hill of I used to die on the hill of James Harden for the longest time since I saw
yeah,
him balling in Houston till like maybe about a year ago, and then just his lack of playoff success. I can't die on that hill anymore. I just
yeah.
can't. I
You
can't
can't.
defend that man at
Honestly, I
all.
think my respect for James Harden has definitely grown over the time, since that
Was that
discussion
ahead of
that
my
we had a
time?
long time ago. I
Was
think
that
you
ahead of
were
my time?
honestly. Like, I love Jim. I love James Harden nowadays, no doubt.
Jim Harden.
Um, but Kyrie Irving, he's still a great player. Just unfortunately towards ACL. I mean, come on, he made it to the finals last year. He's a
Uh,
finals caliber player. Yeah, come on.
They're both really great players. I mean, that used to be the main
Yeah,
one I would always bring up, and I'd discuss with so many people. I think I literally went on a 2 hour rant with you. That
yeah.
honestly freaking brought my attention to have you freaking host a podcast. The fact that we went dang 2 hours like at 1 a.m. in my
Some
apartment,
great
and
rants, no doubt. But
that was a great rant. And honestly, my
yeah,
respect for Harden has lowered since then, just 'cause what he did in the
it's
playoffs,
interesting.
and my respect for
Okay, I get
Kyrie has
that.
actually gone up since then. So we kind of flip
Okay,
flopped on that a little bit,
that is
but.
crazy. Yeah,
Harden subplot trying to not have the
definitely.
Clippers be a bottom three team, but they're struggling right now. And do you have anything else to add to that? Because if not, I can talk a little bit about what Kawhi just said. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't have too much more to say on that. I mean, it just scares me that the OKC Thunder are gonna have a top 3 pick possibly, dude.
God, I
A
hate
lottery pick
OKC.
at that, so it's crazy.
But
I do
yeah, and
hate
then
OKC as well.
but Kawhi just said the reason the Clippers are struggling. A reporter asked him, "Hey, in the
Yeah,
past y'all have dealt with injuries, and obviously Clippers are always injured, and y'all have stayed afloat. What's the difference this year?" And he just came out and said, we just don't have the talent on the team this year, which I think is crazy to say about your own team. I don't like
Honestly,
Kawhi.
bro, that's insane. I don't like Kawhi anymore because like of what he did with the Spurs, but it's all good because I mean, Spurs are where they are right now, but we can get into that later. But that is an insane comment because preseason, honestly, I thought the Clippers are going to be a nice squad. They had some, veteran, obviously unction, right? But they had some
Function.
veteran potential, some veteran, veteran potential, veteran presence. And I mean, I like their squad. They have John Collins too, right? Zubac. Who else?
Zubac,
They had
beast.
Bradley Beal. I love Zubac. Yeah, great player.
Unk, dude. Good
Um,
lord, unction.
Definitely an unction, but I mean,
Everyone you
dude,
just
come on, they
named,
have the
dude.
skill. They have the skill, bro. And I'm
But
missing out on some players, but I like their squad.
but
I thought they were deep, they had depth, but
but I think for Kawhi to say that out of every
crazy.
player, like him missing
Yeah,
so much time in the playoffs and the regular season for him to kind of put his team on
yeah,
blast, it just Kawhi's a villain of the league at this point. I know he was in favor when he went with Toronto, but you
yeah,
bring up what he did with the Spurs and how that ended pretty ugly in San
yeah,
Antonio, where most San Antonio fans don't like him. And then what he did with Toronto, obviously he didn't want to be there. He won the chip for them, so obviously they're always
yeah,
gonna love him for that. But just dipping right away. And then now with the Clippers again, Steve Ballmer, a lot of drama going on. Doesn't seem like that's gonna end too well. And then just to add that on top, I
right.
mean,
It's crazy,
he
man. It
he's
it
in
is crazy to
contention.
see.
POS. POS,
Yeah,
dude.
no doubt,
He
no
maybe
doubt.
he should have been POS of the week. Honestly, I might go back on that. That's a POS thing to say. I just
He
heard
can be
that.
included, no doubt. He can be included
He
into the
he gets a
POS segment.
honorable mention, dude. But I
Yeah.
just Kawhi. I don't know
Where would you like
him.
to see him? Where else would you see him as a player? I mean, is he retiring? What do you think? I mean,
Retirement
I have
home.
seen people. Okay, but I have seen
Retirement
people
home.
call for his retirement. I don't know.
At a primed up Kawhi, healthy on any
Yeah,
team is going to take him to another level. But how often do we really see that since he left
yeah.
Toronto? Not
What if he
very
goes back to the
often.
Spurs like LeBron? Brings the chip back to San Antonio.
I've thought about that too. I mentioned to you at least a
That'd
couple
be
times in the
nice,
past. What if he
actually.
came
Now I think
back,
about it.
Wemby
That'd be
and
nice. We
Kawhi?
need a
But
forward, a nice little
but
scoring forward. Hmm.
I mean, he doesn't play. He just doesn't play anymore. He doesn't
Right.
play. I don't like the toxicity he brings to pretty much every organization. It seems like 3 for 3 organization. He's kind of left on bad terms, even though he's still there with the
Yeah.
Clippers. Um, do we really need that in San Antonio? That we have something blooming there with young talent and
True.
draft
Yeah.
picks to
True.
go with it. He's at the point where I don't even know if I would want a Kawhi. Maybe that's a miss. Maybe that would be a future miss.
That
But
might be.
that
Yo.
he's gonna win a chip or
What
something.
if you're the next Colin Coward, bro? You just
Yeah,
like
Kawhi,
LeBron's
we're
works.
Kawhi, we're good. We have Devin Vassell.
I know
We
exactly,
have
bro.
Keldon
It's like,
Johnson.
come on, bro. We need a forward, bro. We need a scoring
Kawhi,
forward.
we're good. We have Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is here, Mr.
You know,
100%.
that'd be
But
insane take.
but
We'll have to keep
I
that
mean,
one
but
for future reference.
that Harden rant went off a little bit on a tangent against Kawhi too. But
Not for
that's
real.
just subplots going on. We can move on to the next one.
Very deep subplots.
We got the Lakers. Obviously, LeBron's come back. Big showing by the Lakers yesterday against the Clippers. Speaking of the
Yep.
Clippers, so a little transition into the Lakers, other LA team. And
Yep.
AR-15, I have it written down here. I don't know if I was tweaking last night, but I put it's AR-15,
Tweaking.
the second option on the Lakers behind Luca.
That's
What do you think?
insane.
What do you think about that?
Look, I love AR-15. He is a hooper, and I mean, we've seen what he can do. But to say he's the second option when you have a veteran like LeBron on the team, like LeBron, the GOAT of the presence of LeBron, are you passing to AR-15 other than Luca? Let's say other than Luca. We
I
already
mean,
had this discussion in previous pods, but
we had a guy in the comments say that in one of our
I have,
TikTok
yeah.
comments. We said, "Who are you giving the ball to, Luca or LeBron?" And bro was fighting on the deathbed. I'm giving it to AR-15. He's
Right.
clutch. Everyone's been putting the attention on Luca and LeBron. I mean, he's
I'm
hitting right
looking at
now.
yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now. I had to pull up the stats. Luca against the Clippers had a 43.9. Okay, Luca's gonna do his thing. 43.9, 13 assists.
Obviously, in his prime.
AR 15, 31 points. Little combo, 3 assists. It's not bad. He had 9 rebounds. But 31
Nice.
points is great. What is the splits looking like? 2 for 4 from, three ball, left
That's
for
good.
16. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Then you have LeBron, 25, 6, and 6, which is his career averages. Those are
I
his
mean, I would say
career
that's
averages.
average. It's classic
And, 2
LeBron.
for 5, it's all good. His three ball has never been like perfect, but say he's the second option is
AR-15?
ridiculous. No, I don't think so.
Nope,
Not
not at
yet. Not
all.
yet.
What
Not
would it
yet.
take for you to say AR-15 is the
When
second
he steps up
option?
in a playoff series in
Okay,
a big time playoff series. I think we've seen in the past. He gets
that's fair.
clamped up against better teams, better defenders, better guard players, and yeah, like I said, once
No.
he performs in the playoffs, he can get that second option. But
Is there any discussion in your mind or like debate on if AR-15 is the second option behind Luca or no at this point?
as in like, do you think like, or
Is there
is
any
there any other
discussion for
way?
you?
Is there any
Like,
possible way for me to change my mind about that?
no, no, just like in your mind right now, is there like any discussion going on?
It's
Do you
not a
warrant
bad
that?
take. Yeah, it's not a bad take, honestly. Like I see why people are even talking about it. Like it's like a thing recently. I mean, LeBron's aging. He's been injured for majority of the season, obviously, coming back from a sciatica injury. But it's LeBron at the end of the day. I think we're gonna see that very soon, especially when they're in the playoffs, no doubt.
Okay, cool, cool. I mean, at
Yeah,
least it's a discussion out there, and you can also say because LeBron might not be there for that much longer. Honestly, that's another
yeah.
point we're
No, I
going to
get
talk
that. Yeah,
about. So you might see the Lakers maybe shifting to their next. Obviously, when once LeBron leaves, they're probably gonna have to revamp and bring another superstar with Luca.
right.
But I can see them
And
trying to shift maybe to an AR-15 focused
right.
offense right
Okay.
now.
Now that you say that, I mean, that is, not a bad point, but I have heard of things like AR-15 being shipped out, this upcoming season. I believe that he's on I don't know if they give him a contract extension or if he's gonna like, have to like test free agency, this upcoming season. But I mean, I've heard possibilities of him going to the Spurs, bro.
I mean, I've
I'm
heard
not
that.
even
We're
joking.
Spurs fans,
You've
bro.
heard
I've heard
No,
that,
but
but we're
like
Spurs fans.
AR-15's possibly going. No. But I'm just saying, like, there's a possibility that AR-15, could get shipped out, and this could be a focus on Luca. And we've seen that
Bro,
before. I mean,
Bro, I've seen
what?
rumors of LeBron being shipped out to the Spurs, and you know that's true
Look,
too.
yes. No. But this is different though. AR-15's coming in a year where he's gonna get test free agency. I mean, like, I don't know if
Ah,
the Lakers even gonna sign bro back. You know what I mean?
he's
Who
earned it.
knows?
I mean, I think the Lakers should bring him
Ah,
back.
he's
He's not
earned
too
it, but
young.
he's also earned a big contract. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know if the Lakers want to pay that.
I mean, they got the money. They just got a new owner. I think they'll have enough money. If LeBron's moving on, they have money to play around. Who else are they paying besides
Like, yeah, I
Luka
guess that's true.
Doncic,
Yeah.
But
Okay. Okay.
Spurs are playing well right now. At least it's in discussion right now. AR-15. Maybe not a tweaker take. I saw it on there. I'm like, what was I on last
Not the
night? But
worst take. No.
the
I get
little,
why people are talking about
just
it. I get why
discourse.
people are talking about it. Yeah.
But but yeah, I guess we're talking about the Lakers. We can move on. Still some LeBron
Yeah.
talk. And we just mentioned how it might be maybe LeBron not there too often. You have written down
Yeah.
here. Do you want to say what you have written down?
I'll talk really quick about it. I talked about it was a post that I saw on Instagram, but it was LeBron is undecided on whether or not this is his last season. And I mean, I just wanted to bring that up. I know in recent years we've always been talking about it, but does LeBron play another season for his farewell tour? What do you think about that?
I think LeBron's got to have a farewell tour. He's got
You
to. I mean,
think
he's too
so?
big of a player. Yeah, you know how much money it would bring in to LeBron, the Lakers, and then for his legacy too. It's good to have those final showdowns. I mean, to kind of just end.
Okay.
He's not Timmy. He's not Timmy D. He's not Dirk. He's not just gonna dip after a season. And be
Of
like, all right,
course.
I'm gone now. He's gonna have a big thing. The NBA is a player-driven league.
Right.
Um, and you said that you don't think LeBron will. Why do you say
Look,
that?
I personally don't think LeBron will have a farewell tour. I don't think he's a drama queen like that. And like, I mean, I know a lot of people might disagree and say Bron's, a baby, whatever. But I don't think he's gonna have a farewell tour. I don't think he feels the need to. I think, he's proven his worth. This is his 23rd season, and yeah, I don't think he's a drama queen. Yeah, that's my
So,
take on that.
so you think if you have a farewell tour, you're drama queen? It takes a
Well,
drama queen to have a farewell tour.
not
So what about
necessarily.
So what about Kobe? Is Kobe a
No,
drama queen?
not
He had a farewell tour.
necessarily. Not necessarily. I think it really just depends on
So Kobe farewell tour, is that a drama queen type of move? I mean, a big fanfare. Obviously, the final 60-point game. I mean,
That was a
was that
fan
a drama?
favorite. That was a fan favorite.
I
He
mean,
definitely put on a show. He definitely put on a show, but
is Kobe
Kobe
drama
retired.
queen?
Kobe, not necessarily, but we could say that he was a drama queen back in his early
Kobe.
prime, back in his
I,
early
w-
career. We could say he's a drama queen.
I mean, he did at the end of his career. His big farewell tour. We've seen other
True,
people try to
that's
say
true.
it. Try to do it was Paul. Who was it?
I don't
Not
know
Paul
any
Pierce.
other. I'm trying to think of any
Ray
other
Allen.
player.
Ray Allen, where they clowned him with like, "You're not getting a farewell tour like Kobe," and then
No
CP
way.
CP3 just freaking announced
Announced that he's
his
getting his.
his final season, and I sent you that post, and I'm like, bro
Yeah.
thinks he's Kobe. Bro thinks he's
I
getting a damn
mean,
farewell tour.
see, I think okay. Look, I'm not saying LeBron, I think if he were to have a farewell tour, that would be fire, just like Kobe's. But do I think that, he needs to do one? Nah, I mean, he ain't got to do all of that, bro. He's proven his worth, 23rd season. Does he have to play a whole 24th? If he wants to do that much, he's gonna do that much, bro. If he
He's gonna have a
doesn't,
farewell,
cool.
bro.
But I mean, if he
LeBron's
does,
he's
LeBron
gonna have a
documentary's gonna be deep though. That's all I know.
he's gonna have a farewell tour. He's going to San Antonio. We're gonna be at that dang farewell tour. You already know, bro.
Oh,
His
if
final
that's
stop in San
true, yeah,
Antonio.
if that happens, we're gonna be there, no doubt.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. It
fire.
just
That's gonna be
it's too
fire,
big.
actually.
It's too big of a thing for him not to do it at this point. To be honest, like
But he
it's
would be doing
LeBron.
it for
He's
the
a goat,
clicks, bro. Yeah, exactly. He'll be doing it for the clout, no doubt,
bro.
no doubt.
LeBron just hit a big decision part two or whatever for a freaking
Oh yeah,
ad.
yeah,
Like, dude,
yeah. He's
he'll do it
cooked.
for the clicks.
I mean, I'm not
Ooh,
saying
double
it's wrong
sip,
for him. Ooh, double sip chi.
double sip.
No, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong if he does it. I'm just saying he doesn't have to do it. I mean, I could
No
see
one
why he
has to
doesn't.
do
I could
it.
see why he
No one
doesn't.
has
I
to,
could see why he doesn't want to do it. If
but
he were to do not, you know, if he
he's
were to
gonna do it.
not do it, you know what I mean?
But
I think it's stumbling
move,
on my words right there, but yeah,
moving on. It's damn 2:30, bro. We're
yeah,
heading to
for real,
3
bro.
a.m. into 3 a.m. territory. But moving on to some other NBA, we got. You mentioned this one. I don't know if you want to bring this one up too. I thought it was
Yeah,
pretty funny. I thought we were
we
gonna
could
scrap
definitely
this
talk
one,
about
but
it.
there's some discourse on this too. So you
Yeah.
can bring it up. We could talk about it a little bit.
No, for sure. So I mean, just scrolling media, scrolling through the media. I don't exactly know. Actually, you know what? One of our biggest sources of information on Baker's Gold is Flight Reacts. Believe it or not, Flight Reacts. Yes. So I was on YouTube, and I was just casually watching his videos. I like watching his highlights. You know what I mean? The NBA game highlights. He reacts to them. It's funny. And at the same time, it's basketball. And so I watched one of his other videos saying Draymond, beefing with Kenyon Martin. If y'all know who Kenyon Martin is, he's a power forward back in the 2000s, early 2000s era. But yeah, he's a pretty decent power forward. And so basically they're beefing. And one of the takes that Kenyon Martin brought up was that there are 50 power forwards better than Draymond Green. What do you think about that?
You
All
know,
time, all time.
when you wrote that down, like, bro, why do
Yeah,
you gotta talk about that? Like, yeah, probably there is 50 better. Draymond's not like crazy powerful, but then I really
right,
thought about it. I'm like, dude, Draymond Green is a four-time NBA champion as a starting power forward, and he's had
right.
some big games in the final. To say that is so disrespectful about Draymond. That's back-to-back
Look,
episodes we're talking about Draymond, dude.
no, exactly, yeah.
That's just so
Look,
disrespectful. There's no way there's 50 better power forwards than Draymond.
look. Yeah.
Go
I
ahead,
almost have to
go.
say something about that. Kenyon Martin did list 50 names. He did list 50 names. I did, hear all 50 names. Some of them were, they sounded scrubbish to me. I've never heard of them, But let's talk about it. Draymond isn't like, a crazy good player. Yes, he's a four-time NBA champion. Steph Curry,
Yeah,
KD. You get what I
bro.
mean? That's it. That's it.
But there's a reason they
That's all
kept
I gotta
around
say
for
about
the
that.
championships. Like, obviously, you're not going to be the
Because he's a
number
glue guy,
one.
bro. Because he's a glue
Yeah,
guy.
but like, obviously, you're not going to be a number one or a number two option when you got Clay, when you got Curry, and then especially when you had a Kevin Durant. But
Right.
if you're the starting power forward for four championship teams on one of the best
Right.
dynasties of all time,
Okay.
dude, Dennis Rodman's an all-time player, and would you say he's one of the freaking greatest at his position? Probably, just because he was that guy. He played his role
Like, yeah.
perfectly.
Look,
He played his role perfectly, and Draymond plays his role.
yeah.
He knows his role, and he plays it perfectly. He's a top
I can't
50
lie,
point
look,
power
I
forward.
was being a little devil's advocate with that, stirring the pot right there with what, saying that Draymond was in the top 50 power forward, trying to agree with that, but
There's
I
no
truly
way.
can't agree with that. Yeah, I
There's no
truly can't.
way, bro.
He is one of
Like,
the best player, and he was one of the best power forwards. I mean, he was on a dynasty, like you said, so
but he
very
played his
similar
part.
to what is his name, the guy from
Rodman.
the Bulls that you just said. Yeah,
Rodman.
Rodman, Dennis Rodman. Very similar play, very similar archetype, defensive decoy, and every other year. Um, Definitely a top 25 power forward, no doubt. Yeah,
25. I don't
that's
know.
all I'll say.
Not 25. I don't know about 25, but definitely,
You think you
def.
do for real? Do you
I don't
actually
know.
think?
Okay, off the top of my head, I don't know if I can name my freaking
Yeah,
top
I
dang
think
50
he's
power
no.
forwards.
You need to watch after this. You need to watch Kenyon Martin. Bro just was going crazy. 50 power forward,
Bro,
just boom, 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 after one
I
after the
know at
other.
least 30 of those were scrubs that you've never heard about, bro. That's
Yeah,
unk talk.
yeah.
That's unk talk.
Flight was
There's no
naming some of them.
way,
Flight knows ball. Don't sleep on Flight Reacts' knowledge.
bro. But I just thought that was crazy. That's a back-to-back weeks that Draymond's been disrespected. Last week he
Yeah.
got dang called Angel Reese. And then this week
He
they're
does
saying
it
it's
for the
55
clicks,
for the
brother.
better. Dude, but
He does
he's
it for
he's
the
one of the all-time.
clicks.
I'm not even a huge Draymond fan like that, but come on, bro. Put some respect on Draymond's name.
Not right. I
But
can see why people are
yeah,
talking about it though for a second. Or Kenyon Martin, NBA people, they're looking for clout, but at the same time, I mean,
dude,
they're not too far off the wagon, bro. Come on.
dude, everyone knows. Was Kenyon Martin a power forward? Do you know that off the
I
top of your head?
think so, and I know he was a better scorer than Draymond.
Dude,
Did he accomplish as much as Draymond? I don't, but no, he didn't.
who's gonna remember more? Freaking Draymond Green or dang Kenyon Martin, bro?
Kenyon
Draymond
Martin's a
Green,
familiar name, but Draymond Green's definitely gotta be remembered.
Draymond, dude,
Four-time champion.
four-time
That's it.
champion. Come
Hall
on.
of Famer.
But
Yep.
yeah, that ends that. But we're some some final two things just added in there to the NBA just because the games wrapped up today. Again, recording. I've already mentioned like freaking 50 times. Recording pretty late,
Yep.
so all the games wrapped up. Celtics did end the Pistons hot streak today. I don't know if y'all saw how that ended. Did you see how that ended, Mr. Roy?
Yes, very crazy. I saw the highlights. Very painful to see. Cade and them. I was loving the Pistons how they were moving. They ran into a Celtics team that I haven't really been that relevant this season. Obviously with the Jason Tatum Achilles injury, but they step up here and there, and they upset them. They upset the Pistons. They break their streak. Cade and
The
them
way it ended, though,
has the that was a crazy ending. Game tying three free throws that he had, right,
yep,
and he misses the last one.
to
Crazy,
tie the game, and they
crazy
end up
man,
losing. But shout
very
out to those
crazy.
Pistons. They went on that hot streak. We just talked about them. Obviously, that
Yep,
came to an end, but every streak comes to an end. They're
no for
still
sure,
very good team this season. I hope they stay on that horse, and I hope they can take
no
that
for
to the
sure.
playoffs. Honestly, I think
No,
um,
yeah, I mean, quick little
them.
My,
Go ahead.
my fault. I'm gonna interrupt. Just quick
Go.
little, side rant about another team that's on a hot streak. That we don't have written down right here. How do you like them Raptors, bro? And
I've
I don't
been
know if
hearing
you
a
just
lot of
seen that.
Raptor
Did you see that
talk.
today? Did you see what happened today?
No, I did not see what happened today. Go ahead.
Brandon Ingram, I believe it was today, hit a game winner against the. Let me look it up really quick. He definitely hit a game winner mid range. His mid range special, if y'all
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Hey, Bi is nice. I didn't
He's
mention
nice,
this
bro,
last
and they're on a
podcast, but
streak right now, brother.
someone said that the Raptors were a dang 2K team full of 80 overalls, which I
Yeah,
don't disagree with. No, no crazy superstars
not
at
a
all.
crazy.
Mid
Yeah, I
80
mean, that's
overalls
not a crazy
across the
take to
board.
say. So yeah, against the Pacers today, 97-95 game winner, Brandon Ingram. He had
Heck yeah.
26. Yeah, I mean 26. You have Scotty Barnes 24 points, Isaiah Quickly 15, Jacob Poeltl 8. You know what I mean? Definitely 80 overalls, bro.
I mean, they
Shout out
got
Mamu, RJ
Mama.
Barrett.
Yeah, I've been seeing that, but they got nice players, dude. I mean, Bi is no
Right.
scrub. He was a number two overall
Yeah.
pick in his class. We've seen what he did on the Pelicans. He's a good scorer.
Yeah.
A lot of love for Scotty or Barnier. He's a baller too. You
Yeah.
you mentioned quickly. These are good freaking players. So I mean,
Yeah.
no one
9 win streak
superstar.
right now. Yeah.
But I mean, the Raptors. You talk about a team that's winning right now. They could be again like their championship series season away. Like just getting that one more superstar. Like what if they just trade for
Yeah.
one player that takes them over the edge? They could be just that little bit away. Honestly, I don't see them winning a chip with the core
All
they have
right.
right now. But like shipping some of those like 280 overalls for a dang 90 overall, they
Yeah.
might get
No,
it
no
freaking
doubt.
done doing
Yeah, I
that.
agree. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. I
shout out
mean,
to the
but
Raptors,
still, it's
man.
definitely going to be an interesting playoff scenario. 14-5, second in the Eastern Conference, 9 win streak. They're showing out. New
Hey,
coach,
open.
full season.
Shout
Yeah,
shout out to the Raptors. They're playing good. These Pistons, these
show some
Raptors. What
love
a
to the
fun season
Raptors.
so far. And then we
I
got to
agree.
end off of obviously no weekly Wemby Glaze, unfortunately, just because he's injured right now.
Still
Prayers up
out.
to
Yeah,
Wemby. But Spurs did win their game today. De'Aaron Fox had a nice little 37-point game. So Fox is doing
that's
his
what I like to
thing.
see. Yep.
And it sets up a big Friday night game against the Denver Nuggets. So, in-season tournament, they're in the same group, and the winner of
Yeah.
that will win their group and go into the playoffs. We spoke about the in-season tournament a little bit this season, and
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did.
you spoke out against it. Doesn't it get you a little hype knowing that we're playing a big game on Friday to go into the
It
playoffs? At least a
definitely
little bit.
does. It definitely
It,
does, and
it
it definitely brings a different type of atmosphere. Honestly, this season, I'm loving the courts. How do y'all think? What do y'all think about the courts? Have y'all seen them?
big
All
courts
red
fan,
court. I like all
big
the
colors
courts.
fan.
Exactly. I like the colors. I'm a big colors fan. But the one court I don't like is the Timberwolves court, lime green. I do not like that. And
Not
that
a
must be a
lime
sore eye to
green.
play on, bro. For real.
But yeah, no, like it just brings me back to my point that this brings what would be a pretty good, Friday night game between the Nuggets and the Spurs. It just elevates a little bit knowing that they're playing for a little something. And
Oh, for
a
sure.
young team like the Spurs, us, that we've been deprived for, we can't say we're deprived just because we had that dynasty recently, but in like the
Yeah.
past 5 years, it gives us a little something to look forward to. I'd like to see us go into the playoffs and gain a little bit of experience in those bigger games. From our younger guys, especially, they have something to play for. Unfortunately, no Wemby. Um,
Unfortunately, yeah, no Wimby, no Castle maybe. Who
yeah,
knows about Castle? I don't know what
but
his evaluation's looking like, but hopefully I can get him. Hopefully we can get him back for maybe later in the in-season tournament. Who knows? I don't want to rush anything, At the end of the day, I believe it's an
for
in-season
sure,
tournament. Nothing crazy,
yeah,
nothing. I mean, maybe high
it's not the
stakes.
playoffs,
Cool. I
but
know someone mentioned in the comments that you do get a payout,
yeah,
certain
you get a little
payout.
payout.
That's fair.
But
But injuries, make sure you rehab him properly, especially a player like Wemby. No doubt.
yeah, wish Wemby was playing. That'd be a fun game, him versus Jokic.
Yeah,
But like Roy just
very
said,
fun
it's not the
game.
playoffs. No need to rush him back. He can take all the time he needs. Prayers up to Wemby. But yeah, that's
For
pretty
sure.
much it. That pretty much concludes our NBA segment for this, and I
Yep.
think we're gonna take a little break. And we're back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now entering the Baker's Gold NFL zone. Woo!
Yep.
That's a fan favorite. Everyone keeps telling
I
me that
love
is
that. Yeah.
tough. That is tough. That is everyone's
Is
favorite
is
part,
that for real?
honestly.
Is that for real? Is that for real?
Nah, no one's told me anything of that.
Okay. It's
But
tough though. It's tough. I agree.
I think so. Every week we start with our pick'em. So first game, Green Bay at Detroit. Let me pull up my little sheet for Splash Sports. But
Get your
who do you
sheet up.
got?
Get your sheet up. First
Green
off, no,
Bay
no,
at
no. First
Detroit.
off, bro, let's talk about previous week's pick'ems, bro. Real quick, real quick.
All right.
13-1. I missed. It was the Steelers. They should have won. If they had A-Rod, they're winning that game, no doubt. We don't want to talk about it too much, but very close game. I believe it was 28-31 against the Bears. Very close game. I went 13-1. You went 10-4. I'm
Hey,
liking how I'm moving. I'm liking how
hey.
I'm moving right now.
You know what? Me personally, 10-4 is not horrible, but the
It's not
fact
bad.
that Roy
It's
went
not bad.
13-1 and his only miss was his team. I mean,
Very close. Very
and that was a
close
very
to
close game. But
sad,
honestly,
but
my misses weren't too crazy either. I was very close. I had predicted the Cardinals upset on the Jags, and it was so close to coming to
very
fruition.
close, yeah.
That was a very close one. Obviously, I missed the
Brissett's
Steelers
been
one as
balling,
well.
but yeah,
But I missed a couple one, but no, Roy, I was counting them up, and I'm like, no way, bro. Roy just went 13-1. If you were in my Pick'ems league, you would have won the dang league
that's
this
just
week.
crazy, bro. It's
You should have
sad,
just done
man.
it. You should do it. It's $10 buy-in. Broke boy, don't be broke. I think
Let me
me
run
and a
that.
couple
Let me run
guys
that.
join it up. You were in it last year, but
You're,
yeah,
you're,
Roy,
you're, the owner still sends me things. Like I get random messages. I kid you not. I'm gonna send you it later. I get
dude.
random messages, like the most random ones, like not even about the league, bro.
Okay, what the
I'm being
hell?
for real. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm being for real.
okay.
I'm being for
Shout
real.
out Javier. That's my freaking boss. But yeah, no, what the heck?
I'm gonna show
But
you later, bro.
Roy went 13-1. I went 10-4. So Roy's ahead because we tied last week. Roy's up by 3 games. So I got to make up some ground. So hopefully some of these games might be different. You know what? If we're similar on a lot of them, I might have to switch it up a little bit just to try to make up ground with Roy. But yeah, Roy, shout out to
Difficult, but
Roy.
yeah.
Bro knows ball, I
I
guess.
appreciate
But
it. No, I appreciate it. But yeah,
bro knows
this
ball.
week definitely looking a little tougher. In my opinion, a little more difficult to predict, but we'll check it out.
Yeah, let's go. So Detroit at or Green Bay at Detroit. Who do you got?
These Thanksgiving games are going to be very good in my opinion. Green Bay at Detroit. Give me Green Bay on this one. I like Green Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Green Bay. I know, at Detroit might be a little intimidating. Ford Field. Who knows who's going to pop out halftime show? Who knows? Who did they have last year? Or a couple of years back, they had Jack Harlow, I
Shabusi.
believe. Who?
Wasn't Shabusi one at one point?
Actually, I don't remember, bro. They have some crazy, bringouts for sure, bro. And I mean, I think Packers are gonna walk up in there and hand them one, no doubt.
Nah, I got Detroit. I think Detroit's
Interesting.
rolling.
Okay.
I don't think Green Bay is
Their
a consistent
secondary is
team.
looking chop chin, my boy.
Yeah,
Chop
but
chin.
yeah, no, and they just had a
Green
crazy
Bay's
game with
gonna chop them
the
up, I
Giants.
feel like. But all right,
We'll see. It depends what version Green Bay goes out there. I think Green Bay is
right.
very inconsistent in my opinion. But I got
Okay.
Detroit. I'll gladly take that. A big difference.
Yeah.
I'm confident with mine. Um,
Okay.
Next up we do have Kansas City at Dallas. Who do you got?
Man,
These are good
these are good and
games.
they're tough. They're a tough pick. This one has a lot of playoff implications. Now if Dallas loses, they don't make the playoffs. They're very close. They'll be very close. Kansas City, very similar situation. I think Dallas is going to show some urgency and win that game. Big one.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, two off the bat.
It's
We're
crazy. Yeah, I know it's crazy. We're going to talk about Dallas very soon, but Yeah,
This is
Dallas. Give me
all
Dallas.
right. Give me Kansas City. So this is a big.
Kansas. Hmm.
This Thanksgiving slate is big for our freaking our
Yeah, we'll
pick
know.
right now.
Yeah, we might know
We'll
by the
know
end of
after.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But I got Kansas City myself. I think Dallas is good. I think they've made good strides to improve their defense. Obviously, they
Yeah.
showed a lot of grit against the Eagles this last week, but
Yeah.
Dallas can't do two good things in a row. I think they stumble against
Okay.
the Chiefs, and I think Patrick Mahomes tears them apart on
Okay.
Thanksgiving Day. Give me Kansas
With the
City.
pass game. Okay.
Yeah, and then I probably already know that where you're gonna go with this one. Honestly, Joe Burrow coming back. I think we might have three separate game
Like,
picks on this one. But
like,
Cincinnati at Baltimore
yeah.
Thursday night. Who do you got?
You may like. I really want to go Joe Burrow. I really
Uh,
am leaning that way. I think we're gonna get into it later as well with my pick'ems for the bets this week. But I believe Jamar Chase is gonna be a high target. Do I think that they're gonna get a lot of yards out of him? Nah. I think Baltimore's gonna show him something nice, some defense, some good defense. I think Joe Burrow's not ready, and Baltimore shows it. Give me Baltimore dub. Yeah,
Baltimore dub. Wow,
yeah.
that's
Give me Baltimore
honestly.
dub. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna agree with me on the
No,
first
yeah,
two and disagree with Baltimore, but I have Baltimore too. Obviously, I got the Kyle
yeah.
Hamilton jersey today. I'm a Ravens fan, so give me
I think it's
Baltimore.
gonna be.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't
it's gonna be a
know.
fun game.
I think
You know,
Cincinnati's gonna get closed out for some reason. I think Jamar Chase is gonna have a lot of targets. I think targets gonna be. I think T Higgins is out.
yep, T
Um,
Higgins is out.
I think yeah. I
But
think Baltimore's gonna show a little something nice. This game. We'll see.
honestly, Jamar Chase usually does tear up Baltimore, though. He makes Marlon Humphrey look like a dang fool every time we play, but Baltimore does usually sneak out with
He's a
the
great
win.
receiver.
And
Yeah,
you know what? I'm every time I play. I mean, if you play Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, especially a divisional game, as a Steelers fan, I mean, there's
yeah.
something to be afraid
I
of. They're
get that.
talented as heck, but your offense got
I
to be on
prefer.
point to
Yeah,
keep up with them.
yeah.
Go
Honestly, I
ahead.
would love to see the Baltimore Ravens lose this game. For playoff implications or standings, divisional standings. Ravens just took the lead. It's unfortunate to see. They wouldn't have personally taken it if Aaron didn't get injured. Injuries happen. Lamar got injured. Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Lamar got
yeah, I
injured, you
mean,
know that.
I think
No,
Steelers are still gonna finish as division leaders, but it's all good.
nah,
But
that's
yeah,
enough. But yeah, no, Ravens. Both of us picked the Ravens. But all right, cool, cool.
yes,
Going into Friday, Black Friday, we got Chicago at Philly. That's a good game too.
it's a
Chicago at
great
Philly.
game.
Who do you got?
I think the Eagles are gonna hand Philly. I think the Eagles are gonna hand Chicago a nice fat L. For Black Friday. I think Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson are gonna get snuffed out. Yeah, give me Jalen Hurts to light up the Bears defense, no doubt.
Yep, no,
Yeah,
I'd pick Philly as well. I just don't see Philly losing two games in a row, especially at home.
for
But,
sure.
I
Yeah.
feel like all throughout the season, I've been kind of doubting the Bears, saying, hey, they're almost
All right.
there. They are winning, but I think they're going to fall short. So this might be another instance, Don't be surprised. I keep saying the Bears might lose, but they'll be close, and they end up just pulling out in these close games. They are the comeback kids this year, but give me
All right.
Philly. I don't trust them enough against Philly, and I don't see Philly
Oh, for
losing two
sure.
games in a
The
row.
Bears are definitely exciting, but yeah,
All
I
right,
agree.
moving on to the Sunday slate. We got San Fran at Cleveland. Who do you got?
San Fran at Cleveland. Like, look, okay. Whenever I first looked at this, the slate, man, it was an interesting one because I mean, like you said, we're gonna talk about San Fran. We're gonna talk about CMC later, but Shador and Cleveland, and I like how they did beat them last year. Cleveland did, I believe it was last year, maybe last year, 2 years ago. Cleveland did beat San Fran. I think they're gonna do it again. Give me
Okay.
Cleveland. Yeah. Give me
Okay.
Miles Garrett to go crazy on Brock Purdy or whoever's at quarterback over there.
I got San Fran just 'cause I think overall they're the better team. But I don't hate that pick, honestly, just because Cleveland's defense is playing really well. They have new
Yeah.
life with Shador at the helm, and we just saw Brock Purdy throw three interceptions
Yep. Sure.
against the Panthers. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
man. And
crazy to
like,
say. Go ahead.
yeah, like you said, Cleveland's defense is crazy. I don't know if you saw that. Miles Garrett is he's on pace to break the sack record right now, and I think he is obviously going to break it. And he's going crazy. And I think this upcoming game he could potentially break the Cleveland Browns sack record. I believe franchise record. I think he's going to make a statement, no doubt. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't hate that Cleveland pick, but give me San Fran. And
Right.
then we
Definitely a
got
difficult matchup, but yeah.
Jacksonville at Tennessee. Who do you got?
Give me Jacksonville on this one. Not too many comments to say about it, but yeah, I think they're gonna come out.
Oh shoot, I picked Tennessee. Um,
Why do you say that?
uh,
Can you
I
remember?
don't know why I picked Tennessee, but you know what?
It's locked in,
We're
bro. No, I'm
we're
playing.
game different. Yeah, no, give me Tennessee. I think it's just one of those divisional matchups. Tennessee have one win currently. I think they'll probably sneak in another win by the end of the season, and I'm thinking, why not Jacksonville?
Okay.
Um, Jacksonville's not playing crazy good. They almost lost to the Cardinals. My
Right.
upset last week was against Jacksonville, picking the Cardinals. So, whatever. One of these got to hit eventually. I think Tennessee
Yeah.
gets their second win of the season, beats Jacksonville.
All
Give me
right.
the
Yeah.
upset.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Call it. Gonna be
Houston
a nice call.
at Indy. Who do you got?
Definitely an interesting game. Divisional matchup. I don't know the standings right now. How are they looking? Do you know by any chance?
I know Indy's
Um,
rocking a 8-4
Definitely. Oh yeah,
record.
they're definitely above. But Houston's definitely striding. I believe they're like at
Mm-hmm.
6-5. They just beat
Yeah,
Buffalo
the,
Bills.
they had a good game.
Indy just lost against the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a very good matchup. Be on the lookout for this one. Possible Houston upset, but I think the Colts are going to come out. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Indy. They just lost a very close game to the Chiefs, and they cannot
Okay.
afford to lose this game. Honestly, like you said, Texans are
Yeah.
on their heels. If Indy loses this, honestly, look out for an Indy slide towards the end of the year. Momentum going the
Daniel
opposite
Jones
way.
going crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel Jones just sliding. So Indy really needs to win this game if they want their season to keep being on the up and up. But yeah,
Yep.
I got Indy myself. New
Okay.
Orleans at Miami, two not great teams. We already have our Miami Dolphins fan here. Roy, who do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I am a potential Miami Dolphins super fan now. But yeah, give me Dolphins again, no doubt. McDaniels needs to get off the hot seat pretty soon. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, give me Miami as well. New Orleans isn't too great of a team. Shuck is not playing crazy well.
Yeah.
I've been saying, McDaniels is in the hot seat, so I think he keeps trying to carry the momentum to get himself off the hot seat, string
Yeah,
together 3 wins in a row. Give me Miami.
for sure.
Atlanta at the Jets. Who do you got?
Interesting matchup again. Man, I really want to see Atlanta take a dub on this one. Give me Atlanta, but definitely an interesting matchup. Who knows the Jets? Very
Yeah,
interesting Jets team.
yeah.
Pretty
Give me
mid shoot,
Atlanta.
but yeah,
Give me Atlanta as well. I just don't think Jets are a very good team at all. I don't think Justin Fields is a very good quarterback. So
right.
just give me
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Arizona at Tampa Bay. Who do you got?
Yeah, this one's interesting. I don't know if you watched that Tampa Bay Monday Night Football game with against the Rams, but I mean they shut them out, destroyed them. I thought it was gonna be an offensive masterclass, but something's off with the Bucks. I didn't watch the game. Did you watch it?
I did watch it until about halfway through the third when it was over.
Okay. What's that
Um,
offense looking like? I know that they were definitely not moving like too great. Amike Ibuka, I believe is his name, right?
yeah,
Um, you know, kind of not,
falling off a
a
little
little,
bit.
yeah, definitely from his
Honestly,
hot start.
I
I
picked the
expected more.
I picked the Bucks, but low key, I probably should have picked Arizona.
I don't know.
You know,
I'm still trying to like debating my pick on this one because like I haven't picked him like I said. I'm just kind of like going really quick off of it.
well,
But like,
I'll fill
man,
some
Tampa
time here.
Bay's
I'll change your mind here probably. So it's doubtful Mayfield will play. They're riddled with injuries. Honestly, I did pick the Bucks on my pick'ems, but I'm making an audible here. Give me the Arizona Cardinals to beat Tampa Bay, just because they're
okay.
so beat up. Honestly, and I probably just gave you a little bit of a
Nah, that's
initiative to get the
interesting.
upset, but
Yeah, but who knows, man? Maybe it was a Baker Mayfield problem for a second. Maybe they needed a little fresh. You know how backup quarterbacks randomly, start balling out.
Teddy Bridgewater.
I mean, Brissett's a backup quarterback. Is Bridgewater their backup for the Bucks?
Yeah,
He's a backup, brother.
yeah, he'd be playing Teddy Bridgewater.
Give me Arizona. Give me
Yeah, I
Arizona.
mean,
I like
I
Bridgewater, bro, but give me Arizona, brother.
yeah, I had to pull an audible on that. To be honest, I just convinced myself. Go,
It's all good. It's all
give
good.
me AZ. But yeah, honestly, we can talk a little bit about the Buccaneers game when we talk about the Rams later. Speaking of the
Yeah.
Rams, we got the Rams at Carolina. Who you got?
Rams at Carolina. Carolina, I believe they lost last week against the Niners, right?
Yep.
Offense stagnant. Rams are gonna figure them out very early. Give
Yeah,
me
give me the
Rams.
Rams. Give me the Rams as well. Minnesota at Seattle. Who you got?
Minnesota at Seattle 9, like in mid chew as usual. Low key Seattle's like scary hours. I can't lie, but we could talk about. We don't have to talk about that actually, but yeah, Seattle. Give me Seattle on. But they're looking
Yeah,
scary for sure.
give me
NFC
Seattle the
scary.
9. 9
Yeah.
keeps on sliding, keeps getting freaking clowned on by everyone on TikTok with that
Rip
freaking
9, bro.
Rip
They keep
9. He lost
they
his aura.
keep putting freaking AI faces on them and stuff, dude. It's crazy stuff.
Ripified. 9-5.
Nah, not Kirk
All
right now.
right.
No.
But
Uh,
all right, big one here. Buffalo at Pittsburgh. Who do you got? I've been waiting for you to tell me who you got on this one.
Man, oh man.
I'll start off by saying I
Buffalo.
have Buffalo. I have Buffalo, and then you
Okay.
can let your
Okay.
thing go.
Look, Buffalo is on a what, 2 game losing streak, I believe. Is that correct? They lost against the Texans last week, and then um,
For that,
let
I
me
don't
just
know.
check it
I
really
think they
quick. Let me
won.
just
I
check
don't
it
think they're on
really
2-game
quick.
losing streak, but they
Yeah, I
did just
doubt
get whooped.
that's yeah.
Did you get whooped by the Texans?
You're gonna
Indeed.
check really quick. No, they beat the Bucks in a 44-32.
Yeah, but they just lost to the Texans pretty
A-Rod
ugly.
is coming back Sunday. Give me the Steelers. Yeah, give me the Steelers on this one. And this is
Even
not
if
this
you
is not
weren't,
Steelers bias. If you want me to hear, if you want to talk about it, I think, you know, just like the Texans figured out Josh Allen, I think the Steelers are going to do the same thing. Steelers have been playing very physical on defense, and I think they're going to step up. Yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Aaron Rodgers is going to, also prove his worth right here. I think he's really going to step up in a big game for the Steelers, and he's going to, keep us in the contention for division standings, no doubt.
okay, cool.
Yeah, those are
I
my
mean,
thoughts on that. I
It's
don't know
at
what's so funny
Pittsburgh.
about that.
It's not crazy to say. It's at
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, but give me Buffalo.
Okay.
Um, Las
What's your take on that?
Vegas.
That's your take,
I
bro.
mean, we
No, I'm
honestly have
playing.
some pretty differing picks throughout the week, so it should be a good one. Honestly,
Yeah.
should be a big discrepancy on our record here. But Las Vegas at LA Chargers. Who do you got?
This one's looking pretty mid-shoe to me. Give me Chargers.
Give me Chargers as
No, the
well, even
Cards.
though
Yeah.
Vegas kind of kept it close last time. But
Yeah, I was
yeah,
about to say, like, I was kind of leaning like for Vegas for like one split second, but give
they
me Chargers.
suck.
Give me
No, I
Chargers.
think
Yeah,
the
give me
Raiders are
Chargers.
the worst team in the league.
Yeah. I mean, Chip Kelly
Yeah,
just get fired. Chip Kelly just got fired. Maybe
little
something else is
boost.
going to be shown. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see.
Nah, team sucks. But
Okay.
Sunday Night Football, Denver at Washington. Who do you got?
Holy mid-shoe. Um, I
Denver mid?
believe Denver's not mid, but the overall matchup with no Jaden Daniels, I think he's actually, I think he's unlikely to obviously play for this week, but I think he's, on the radar for coming back. I don't think they should bring him back, but um, that's interesting to see. But give me Denver. Yeah,
Yeah, give me Denver as well. And then Monday Night Football, New York Giants at New England. I think should be pretty easy in my opinion. But who do you got?
definitely easy option is Patriots, and I'm going Patriots too. But we can talk about little Giants in a minute. But who knows? Yeah, but Patriots for sure.
Give me the Patriots as well to end out this week's pick. But yeah, I think we got some pretty interesting ones. We differ on a
It's gonna
lot
be a
of
fun
them,
week.
so
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be a fun week.
fun. We're gonna know a lot about who's in the lead after tomorrow, or technically today already, the games.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into a little bit of our talk when it comes to NFL. You just mentioned the Giants. We can talk about J-Bo. I think honestly, all time, maybe. I don't want to say he's my favorite player, but he's one of my favorite players to watch all time.
Yeah,
And
man.
you know that I'm a big J-Bo fan. My team name on fantasy football for like the past dang 5-6 years has been famous Jameis. I love Jameis Winston,
Yeah.
and he just had maybe the craziest. I don't want to say the craziest play, but one of the freaking funniest
That was
plays
an
I've seen in my
insane play when I
life.
saw that. Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it was just a little end around trick play, a throw to Jameis Winston where he got the catch, did a slight juke, broke off a tackle, ran into the in the end zone, hit the Jared Goff flick celly, and
Yeah.
then did a little dice roll in the end
Man,
zone.
yeah,
If you haven't seen it, you gotta
absolutely
check it out.
special. Absolute
I,
special play. You need to check it out.
I
JMO is always coming up with something crazy, like over the years. Like you said, I mean, you've been glazing
J-Bo,
him forever.
J-Bo,
Um,
put
yeah,
some
man, his
respect on his name.
inspirational quotes are great to hear, and
Yeah, he's one of
crazy
the best.
game, man. They
He's one of the
nearly
most fun.
won.
No, like that last game was literally the J-Bo special. I mean, you had the Rockets, dude. Whenever they're in the last like fourth quarter and he was backed up and he just flung that thing in the air, I'm like, dude, I have no idea if it's about to
Yeah,
get picked or about to be a crazy completion. This looked like it stayed in the air for like 10 seconds and it just came down to his receiver. I'm like,
it's crazy,
ain't
dude.
no
It's
way.
crazy. J-Bo
They
special.
should have won that game, but then
They
obviously
should have.
he throws a pick at in the fourth quarter. It's detrimental. That's
Yeah,
what you're gonna get
man.
with J-Bo. Picks, you're gonna get crazy plays. I mean,
I think is
not
this the game? Sorry to interrupt, but is this
good.
the game where I remember I think I told you about it that Malik Neighbors tweeted and then he deleted the tweet
I
talking
think
about how they
so.
should have won ran the ball or something like that and how the coaching is basically incompetent or something like that or
I
something's
mean,
incompetent and like it's rigged I believe he said or something like
I mean, it's not crazy to say, but I mean, who is their head coach? I couldn't tell you who their head coach is right now. They
that.
just fired Brian Dable.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
you
yeah.
have dang You got Scatterboo out. You got freaking Jameis Winston catching freaking
Yeah.
touchdown passes. Obviously, it's cooked. But
Yeah, I
New York
mean,
Giants, they're,
definitely.
they're
They
fun
said he's
ball.
gonna
They're
be the next
fun to
Odell,
watch.
and he's gonna leave New York. It'd be
I
sad
mean,
to see.
I can see that honestly. I mean, they're unless they turn it around. But just have fun with it. I mean, that's all they have right now. They got freaking Jackson Dart dapping up J-Bo after a touchdown. I mean, it's fun out there in New York. Nothing crazy. It's like the most fun team to
Not for
watch
sure.
out there right now, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
no
yeah,
doubt.
that's just a little bit of J-Bo love just because I personally love J-Bo. But
For sure. Yeah.
sticking in the division, we can talk a little bit about Dallas Cowboys. I know we got Cowboys fans. I know Roy's freaking borderline
Slight
Cowboys
Cowboys
fan.
fan.
I
Borderline,
wouldn't
yeah,
say
definitely. I like the Cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What's up?
wouldn't say I'm a hater. I've been a hater, but honestly, this season I think I've given them props, saying they built their defense a good
Yeah.
amount. But yeah, let's talk about it if you want to take the
We can
lead on
definitely
this one a little
talk a
bit.
little about it. Yeah, just a little bit. First off, I mean, did you watch the Eagles game? They recently
Oh
played
yeah,
the Eagles. Yeah.
beast,
I'm pretty sure a
fire
lot of
game.
people in Texas watched that game, or just in general around the nation. But basically, Eagles went up, what, 21-0, I believe, and then an insane, I wouldn't have been able to predict this, but an insane comeback with the, what, 24 points unanswered. What are you laughing about, G?
I don't
But,
know. I'm just I'm giggling over here. Go ahead, keep
yeah,
going.
calm down, G. No, but what's it called? They didn't score anything, the Eagles, and, the end score used to, what was it, 24-0 or 21, 24-21. Yeah, I'm tired as hell, bro. Honestly.
Keep it going.
Um,
Let's go.
but yeah, basically Dallas with an insane comeback. We could definitely get into a little Dak glaze. I believe we have it right here, 354 yards, passing yards, two TDs. What does that say? One interception.
Yeah, one pick.
103.2 QBR rating. And I mean, yeah, like we said, I think he's in like I said, I believe he's in the MVP combo. You disagree with that? I think,
No,
you said he needs to be a big team. He needs to beat a big team.
he
And I
did
mean,
it.
I think this is it right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the
and I'm gonna.
defense lacked in the early half and offense too.
Yep.
But insane comeback. We've seen that. George Pickens, a lot of talk about him too. Pickens dominating. We could
But
talk about that too. I mean,
yeah, I'll give Dallas their flowers. Like I've been
yeah, bro.
ranting, I think the past like 2 weeks saying, yeah, of course Dak's gonna get his good games against trash teams, but no, he showed up. It's a division rivalry. He needed to win this game, to stay in the
Yeah, he
playoff
definitely
race,
did.
and they
Yeah.
did. They came back 21-0. It was electric. It was a really fun game to watch. Dallas was clicking in the second half. So no,
Yep.
props off to Dak. I don't think he's an MVP convo still, but
Interesting.
I just don't think he's up there just because the guys above him are just doing better, in my opinion, which we can talk
Okay.
about here in a little bit. But yeah, no, I think Dallas got to give them props. Like I said, I think their defense has improved and it's showing out there whenever they're
Yeah.
playing well. They are playing well, forcing turnovers. Um, Dak played well, and then I do have here Pickens dominating. Pickens
Yeah.
is the only other receiver besides JSN to be over 1,000 yards a season. I mean, as a Steelers fan, what do you think about that? Because honestly, the Steelers have had a good track record of letting go receivers right before they fall off. I mean, you go to Juju, he was a Pro Bowler, and then after he left, he's not horrible, but not the same Juju as before. Then you have freaking even worse ones like who is he? Chase Claypool. Good lord, Chase Claypool fell off a cliff. Just receivers
Yeah,
like
bro.
that, but.
Chase Claypool,
And
man.
and I thought a similar thing was about to happen with George Pickens going to Dallas. I'm like, okay, another instance of Steelers letting go a receiver, and he's just gonna be kind of a whatever, and it started off
Yeah.
that way. But
That's
he's
crazy,
playing.
honestly. Okay.
He's gonna be an All Pro this year. He's besides
Yeah.
Jason playing like the second best receiver in the league. He's getting separation. When it comes to like one-on-one catches against a DB, he's coming down with those better than anyone else right now. He's
Yeah.
fast. He's physical. I'm glazing him right now, but Pickens deserves that
Yeah.
glaze, honestly, and he's so fun to watch. And him mixed with CD, it's something special out there in Dallas. So, as a
For
Steelers
sure.
fan, I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think of that a little bit? You
Look,
know?
I'm honestly surprised that you said that going into the trade that you believe that George Pickens was gonna fall off. Um, I thought whenever we let go of George Pickens as a Steelers organization, I was pretty surprised. I didn't. I mean, we had what DK Metcalf. That would have been insane. Receiving core in my opinion. I thought we were gonna keep it, and I was pretty sad whenever we let go of George Pickens. I liked him, like he said, physical, never truly spread his wings, I guess you could say, as a Steelers receiver. Um, that's just because I guess you could say with the QB situation and many different things like that. I believe he was going to have a good season with Aaron Rodgers, but yeah, he got shipped to Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't know. A lot
You
of
know,
talk's been happening about him being the wide receiver one over there in Dallas.
I I wouldn't say he's wide receiver one, but I mean, he can be a wide receiver one on any team. And you know what?
Yeah,
Um, like I said, I think the Steelers have a good track record of letting go receivers
I get that.
right
Yeah,
at the right time. So that's why I thought it would be that way. It could just be a system thing as well. I think he's honestly a pretty similar receiver to DK, besides being not freaking huge and jacked, but
yeah.
just kind of that deep ball threat. And you know what?
He wins games, bro.
That doesn't really work with Aaron Rodgers style, I don't think. Not really. Like you see how it's kind of working with DK. Before that, Russell
Yeah,
Wilson. I mean, I think it's just a style type of thing, and I think the offense they run in Dallas and Dak's gunslinging ability, it just lends itself well to have George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb dragging the attention on the side. So
Dak's
I think
gunslinging ability, bro. Yeah,
he's a
man, Dak's having a
gunslinger.
season, bro. Don't sleep
He's a
on Dak.
gunslinger.
I believe Dak is having a great season. Definitely top five QB of the season. Don't sleep on him in MVP convo. That's all I gotta
I'm
say about
sleeping,
that. But
but
yeah, I mean, I think honestly, Pickens is wide receiver one in Dallas right now. I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon train of that. CD has been a little lackluster this season. Um, I don't know exactly know why he had a what is it 7 drops against the Eagles, not like just throughout the season or throughout the
no, he's had
past couple
drops. He's
games
had
against the
drop
Eagles.
issues.
It was unfortunate to see that last game, especially in the big game, as a very big divisional game. But thankfully George Pickens stepped up, and yeah, I mean Cowboys got the dub. Very nice dub to see for
But
Cowboys fans, no
you
doubt.
know, a
Cowboys
little bit
fans
of
going crazy.
yeah, a little bit of Cowboys glaze right there. I'll give them their flowers. Roy never had a problem with them. But yeah, sticking in with
Yeah,
people who are dominating the season, we can move on to Christian McCaffrey. Little Cowboys rivals, the Niners.
CMC.
CMC. I found out today he's leading the league in receptions as a running back with 81 receptions. That is bonkers. I
Crazy.
won't lie. And you know what? That's just short conversation. It could be. I put MVP here. Obviously, he's not going to win MVP. But I mean,
Geeked him.
I think he's going a little bit under the radar this season. I mean, leading the league in receptions. He's truly carrying that 49ers offense. He really is.
All right.
Besides him, like receivers wise, who else do they got? I mean, George Kittle's out there. He was injured for most
Yeah,
season. Pearsall has been injured for most season. Ayuk probably won't even be there. They just voided
that's
his
crazy.
guaranteed contract. So, I mean, and then Brock Purdy's been gone, but CMC has been the constant there. He's been carrying that offense, leading the league in receptions, and he's going out there and he's number one guy in fantasy football right now. And
That's what's crazy. Yeah, I was about to
he's
ask
showing
that.
out
Do you know what rank he is right now? Number one
number
is
one. He's
crazy.
been number
Damn,
one
bro.
throughout the whole season. He's been consistent. He's been healthy. And when CMC is healthy, he's pretty much the best back in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
honestly, he's
That's
going
a
a little
take.
under the
That's a take.
radar. He's going a little bit under the radar this season, in
And
my
I
opinion.
can definitely like I can agree with that. That he's been under the radar. I think it's just a recent couple years with the injuries. Definitely, him ruining fantasy seasons altogether. I think he ruined yours, I believe, last couple seasons, last
Fun
season
fact,
possibly.
the past five, I believe 4 or 5 years, CMC has actually been on my fantasy team. It's like the first
It's
year he's
crazy.
not. And you know what? The years he's healthy, I have one. And the
Okay.
years he is injured, I'm usually like in last place. So, like you said,
Hit or miss, man.
he wins you your season, but he'll also lose it for you. I think same thing goes for Niners. Last year he's injured. They obviously had a very poor season. This year he's
Yeah.
healthy and he's keeping them afloat. And I mean that just is a testament to how valuable CMC really is for the offense. And we don't have to go
For
too
real,
much
man.
deeper into
Yeah.
that, but I think I just wanted to give a little shout to CMC. I saw he was leading the league in receptions. I think that's
It's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Just a little bit of love for CMC. But sticking in that division, the NFC West, we can move on to the Rams. I have a lot of Rams talk. I'm a big Rams fan right now. I'm very high on them, and I know you probably are too.
I love the Rams
Um,
too, yeah, no doubt. We could
so
definitely
yeah,
get into that. Yeah, what do you
I
have to say
got
about them?
three major talking points, honestly. One, I wanted to talk about Matt Stafford a bit. We spoke about him already, I believe 1 or 2 episodes ago, so we don't have to go too crazy. But personally, I think he'll be MVP this season.
Yeah.
I think the narrative goes well. His stats back it up. The Rams are having success, and he's not gonna have many chances. So I think the voters might give him a little bit of a nod just because he's been had a great career. He's never won it before, so I think
Okay.
honestly,
So you wait,
Matt
wait, did you just
Stafford.
say that you think he's gonna get MVP?
Yeah, I think Stafford is
Okay.
an MVP. If I was a betting man, which I am not, I think it's unethical. I would put my money on
Okay,
Stafford
bro.
right now. I'd put my money on Stafford right
Um,
now.
all right, yeah, I mean that's a take for sure. I think Drake May's, in my opinion, the current MVP. He's showing out with the Patriots on a weaker squad, by far weaker squad. I believe he's an MVP, no doubt. Matt Stafford, very close second. Rams leading the NFC, like we said already. Their record, I honestly, they're my favorites to win the Super Bowl. I think they're going to be, dangerous. I know you said they're your favorites as well, I believe.
Yep. So
Um,
that's basically the second point.
okay,
Because
my fault.
if we
Yeah, I
talk
kind of
about
got too
MVP,
ahead of myself, but
no, no,
yeah,
that's fine. My favorites all season. I've been struggling to pick out like who I think is
yeah,
gonna win the bowl. As of right now, I think it's gonna be the Rams. They're a very
right,
solid
yeah,
overall team, well coached. They have an experienced quarterback. They have a good defense clicking right now. They're my
yeah,
pick, and then you can go if you
yeah.
want to go
And
into
I
it in a bit.
mean, no, for sure. I definitely thought that last year they were going to have a very good chance at winning it, and I mean they did. They had a nice little stride. In the playoffs, and I thought they were going to beat the Eagles as well. That was a very close game. I believe it was 28-22 or something like that.
Very
I
close.
believe they would have won that game if Kyron didn't fumble. Kyron Williams, the running back. It was a snowy game, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, I thought they were going to win that, and honestly, they could have won the Super Bowl. They could have gone and won that Super Bowl, no doubt, against the Chiefs. But yeah, I think this year they go out. In my opinion, a little weaker Eastern NFC,
NFC.
conference. Yeah. And yeah, I like how they're moving right now, especially with Sean McVay, another very offensive guru coach, and like
Yeah.
McDaniels. Yeah.
So I think they're going to win the NFC. They have the defense are clicking with Matt Shula as their DC, who I think is going to be
Okay.
a head coach either for the Raiders or the Giants coming up. I think he's going to get snatched up after the season. But that just brings me to my last point. The Rams, Sean McVay. I wanted to give him his flowers. I see you have written down what rank is McVay in coaching all time. I
Yeah.
couldn't give you a certain ranking right now, but I
Right.
will say McVay's gonna be a Hall of Famer by the end of his career.
Right. Okay.
He has two Super Bowl appearances. He's won one. I can see him definitely winning another, and I think it's been very impressive for how young he is, how extensive his coaching tree is. Just some names off
Right.
the top of my head. You got Raheem Morris, Brandon Staley, Matt LaFleur. Who else? Liam Cohen. Just all these different head coaches, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. He goes
Yeah.
deep. Um, I mean, a big part of head coaches is who comes out as their coordinators, and he's producing NFL head coaches left
Yeah.
and right. I just mentioned Matt Shula is going to be a head coach here soon.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest coaches of all time, in my opinion. Matt McVay's in that way.
Yeah. No, I honestly 100% agree. I wrote it down because I believe I agree. I wouldn't be able to name, you know, a couple head coaches, all time, but I believe he is going to be a Hall of Fame head coach. I love his style of play, and I mean, like you said, I recently saw that a post saying the same thing. I was honestly so surprised, saying Sean McVay's coaching tree is deep, and like you said, like all the names you just listed, and honestly some more. I can't remember off the top of my
There's
head,
a
but
lot of them. There's a
very
lot.
deep, very deep. And I was surprised because yes, he is one of the youngest head coaches, not right now, but just in general for Super Bowl. Whenever he did appear in the Super Bowl. But yeah, great head coach. I love to watch his team, and I mean Davante Adams also, showing some love to him as
Freaking
well in
killing it.
interviews. You seen that?
Yeah.
Saying it's
And
the best or most exciting offense he's played in or something like that. What do you think
And
about
that's
that?
big. And that's big ups because he did play for some really good Green Bay teams.
Mhm.
Obviously, with Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers,
Rodgers
a really great
MVP
quarterback.
MVP
MVP season
seasons.
with
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. So that's big props, honestly.
I was
But no,
surprised when he
yeah,
said that. I was like, bro, damn.
no, dude, they gotta. I don't think Stafford's gotten sacked in quite a while now. Puka's obviously the wide receiver one. They have packages with him running. I just saw that motioning him and
Yeah.
running him in
Yeah.
between the O linemen, and then you
Yeah, I seen
got
that.
freaking Devontae Adams, who's like an automatic tutty when you get inside the 5 yard line. You got Kyron playing really well,
Yeah.
the O line playing well, and that's just
They
offense.
have
I
a
think
great
the
defense
defense,
too. I think
his
it's a
defense
great defense as
is
well.
freaking spectacular. You got Emmanuel Forbes,
Yeah.
who came from the Commanders,
Very,
but I thought it
very
was
sure.
dead. Freaking revival. You got
You said
Jared
Emmanuel
Verse, who's
Forbes?
yeah, Emmanuel Forbes, a former first round pick corner released by the Commanders. I thought he was dead, but
It's
no, he's
crazy.
freaking playing crazy right now. And then you got Jared Verse, who I think is slowly slipping into like that Micah Parsons range where he is a
Yeah,
game
no doubt.
destructor. Like you don't want to play against him. But that's all I had for the Rams. Do you have anything to add else on the Rams? We just want to give some props there.
Nah, definitely some props. Currently right now, my Super Bowl favorites, and you said
Me
yours
too.
too. So yeah, we can
Yeah, and
get
then
that on the
they
record.
have they have currently my MVP favorite, but finishing out our NFL segment, we can go into your MVP favorite, Drake
Yep,
May,
Drake
and
May.
currently his beef with Cam Newton. And at the end of here, I have written, or you have written actually, don't know what this means. Is Cam Newton a warlock? If you want to just talk about
Okay,
that a bit.
yeah, let's get into the segment really quick. Not too deep of a segment. But I know you've heard about the recent Drake May and Cam Newton beef.
Yeah,
What it entails, I don't really know. I just know that they're beefing, they're going back and forth. I've seen some edits. You know how it is. I believe it's just a situation where, Cam Newton's trying to get some clout. He's one of those people on TV where he just talks. Little Stephen A action. But, he said something about Drake May. Drake May responded. Drake May's low-key nonchalant with it. But yeah, he's beefing with it. And I wrote right here, is Cam Newton a warlock? Because this whole situation brought to light a little something that I've been seeing on my feed recently. So yeah, basically what I've been seeing, I don't know if you've seen the Cam Newton podcast. Have you seen this?
I've seen clips.
Okay. So you know how he has like guests on one-on-one, talks about whatever. I don't really tune into what they talk about, but what I have been seeing is that he does this thing where he's like, one love. He says one love. Have you seen that?
I've seen that.
And he does like the hand gesture or whatever. I don't exactly know what he's doing like that right there.
Don't do it.
This
Don't
hand
do it. You
gesture.
might be catching a
Yeah, yeah,
oh.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Look, he does his hand gesture right here. And all the guests do it. You get me? He's like, all right, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and we're gonna say one love. And so people have been saying that this is warlock witchcraft type of, may I say satanic type of energy. I kid you not. And, recently I believe he had some type of religious figure on the podcast and they disagree. They were like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do
Dang.
that. I will say one love, but I'm not going to do this symbol because it means, satanic origin or like it has like, you know what I mean, right? Like it has that background, you know what I mean? And so he didn't do it. And this is bringing the question, is Cam Newton a warlock? And it's a big topic. I'm telling you, it's a rabbit hole. It's a
I
rabbit
mean,
hole.
he does dress like a warlock. He has those cryptic messages, the way he types.
Yes. That too,
Um,
yes. He does have that.
he has those really weird messages. He's a freak, honestly, in my
He
opinion,
is, yes.
and he
I'm telling you,
definitely
it is a rabbit
dresses like
hole. If you look through it, it is a rabbit hole. Fans, viewers, if you look through it, is Cam Newton a warlock? There's a lot of topics on it right now. But
we
yeah.
might have to come back with that, but my opinion on that is
Is this a miss? Is that a miss?
we're too into the NFL season to be discussing Cam Newton
It's
Warlock.
definitely a side one. Drake May
It's like,
needs to focus on something else. Young blood.
yeah,
He needs to focus
yeah.
on the VP.
I was about
Yeah.
to say no, no. I think that's definitely funny, and I feel we should. I might go into that rabbit hole myself because I do think that's interesting. But no, dude, Drake May is in the middle of freaking battle for MVP with the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame
He needs to lock in,
staffer. You,
bro.
you got dang Cam Newton over here beefing with the young blood for no reason.
Right. One
Obviously doing it
love,
for
man.
clout.
One love. No doubt, just for cloud.
Don't be
But
doing that. Don't be doing those
I'm not
hand
gonna do
signs.
it.
You
I'm
might
personally not gonna do it. I had to explain it for the podcast for the viewers, but
FTP,
yeah,
FTP
for
for the
the yeah
pod.
for the pod. Yeah.
But yeah,
All
all
right.
right. Well, that pretty much wraps up our NFL segment. We're gonna take a break.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
All right. Let's go.
That's staying in. All right. That's
Let's go.
staying in. But
It's not staying
we
in,
are
bro. Hey, Jay,
back.
edit that out. Jay, edit that out.
We are back. These are Roy's picks. Last week he went a nice 3-5. Hey, that's passing in Canada. That's 60%. That's not too bad of a hit rate, but he's got something better for you. These are all
Look, yeah,
Thanksgiving picks.
yep.
Let him
Look,
know.
I'm gonna say off the bat, I apologize. 3 for 5 is unacceptable in my opinion. I know Joey said it's passing, but he doesn't bet. It's unacceptable in my opinion. We're gonna come back, with a heater, no doubt. But yeah, this week's picks, I got George Pickens, 73.5 receiving yards against the Chiefs over. Give me that over. Wait a minute. I didn't put it over or under on this one. I actually have the under on this one. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, that is my apologies. I have the under on this one. I didn't have it written down. But yeah, give me a Amon-Ra over 75.5 receiving yards against the Packers. Yeah, give me that one. I'm trying to, oh my gosh, these picks are
No,
holy
no, keep
cow.
it going, keep it going.
I'm gonna keep going, but I like the rest of these. Jamar Chase over 7.5 receptions against the Ravens. I think they're gonna target him, a lot. Definitely with the what is it, Joe Burrow coming back in.
No T.
Um,
Higgins.
no T Higgins. Yeah, give me that, no doubt. The line probably is moved already on that one, I believe I saw. But yeah, give me Dak Prescott over 252.5 passing yards against the Chiefs. I think he's gonna, have a nice game, nice duel with Mahomes. Um, Chiefs do have a nice defense, but yeah, Dak and urgency MVP combos. Yeah, he's gonna show up. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs less than 69.5 rushing yards against the Packers. Like I said in my pick'ems earlier, Packers are gonna beat the Lions. Give me that prediction to hold true against this the run game. I think they're gonna shut them out. I was laughing about the earlier picks because yes, I did cook these up late last night. In my opinion, looking at the Monroe one, let's fade that one. Don't tell that one, in my opinion. Um, I don't exactly know what I was talking with that one. I can't lie. Now looking back at it, my credibility is kind of chopped chin now, but it's all good.
Fade that one though. You're saying fade.
I'm saying fade him on Raw. Now that I think about it, I think the Packers aren't going to completely shut out, both the run game and the offensive game. That's why I kind of chose the over for the receiving yards, if you know what I mean. I feel like one of them's going to, at least win through. I would probably prefer the Amon-Ra receptions over than the yards because I feel like the yards isn't going to be there. But yeah, if anything, I think the receptions is a better pick than that receiving yards, no doubt. But yeah,
Interesting. I see you have the over on Dax yards, which are quite high at 252, but you have the under on Pickens receiving yards.
yeah, don't sleep. I think CD's been getting a lot of hate recently. Like we said, what is it called? George Pickens is looking like the wide receiver one in Dallas. A lot of talks with that. This is at Dallas, I believe, right? I think CD's gonna he's gonna show out this game. A lot of talk. He's been frustrated. You know how elite receivers are. CD's an elite receiver. He's
Okay.
a superstar receiver. Yeah. Give me Dak's majority yards going to CD. Give me Turpin. He's going to have a game. I believe Turpin's going to have a very good game against the Chiefs. And yeah, I think Pickens, I think they're going to control their those explosive plays. And yeah,
All right.
that's my pick'ems.
These are Roy's picks. Let's see how he goes next week.
Don't
Hopefully
sleep.
better
I
than
think it's good.
three
Yeah.
for
Don't sleep.
5. Um, go make some money.
0 for
Go
5 is
make
going to
some
come.
money.
0 for 5 is going to be coming soon. That'd be
0 for
insane. But
5
nah.
will probably
Nah,
be
don't
here. But
sleep. Don't
let's
sleep. Don't sleep. Don't
go
sleep.
make
Don't
some
sleep.
money. But all right,
Yeah.
we're going to our fan section. Last week we did, or this yesterday we did a very short one. We didn't get too many responses, so please, if you're watching, give your responses. This is honestly one of my favorite ones. But honestly, I mean, I think most of these are football talk, or sports talk in general, except for one of
Yeah.
them. Very short fan section, but we'll keep doing this. Please give your responses. They're super fun to hit up. But we got Bert here talk about how sexy Dak is for coming back from a 21-point deficit. I mean, you already hit on it a little bit. What do you got to say about that?
We've hit on this plenty, Bert, big Cowboys fan. Not as, what is it called? I'm definitely not as big as a Cowboys fan as Bert. We'll show some love to the Cowboys. We already, talked about Dak, Dak Glaze, MVP combo Glaze. But yeah, definitely a sexy individual of Dak to, come back from a 21-point deficit. Any words on that? I know,
Bert's being weird on that.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
you didn't like that comment too
I'll
well.
fade that question. I'll fade
Okay,
that question. We already
okay.
talked about it enough. We got Adriana Palacios. Audrey, need
Mhm.
y'all's actual score prediction for this A&M versus UT game. Roy, do you want to start your prediction off?
I'll start. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So the actual score predictions, that's definitely a little more in depth. I think UT is gonna come out on top. Very big game against A&M. We're gonna get into it later for sure. Score prediction, give me something like 27 to 24. Give me that one. Yep.
Texas.
UT dub. Yep, UT
All
dub.
right. My honest score prediction, completely honest, give me A&M 0, Texas a million. Next
You
question.
geeked them. You
All
geeked
right,
them.
that is
Okay.
my
Next one.
actual prediction.
Okay.
We got your boy Brandon. Is the Chiefs dynasty over? Brandon, you might
Brandon.
be canceled. You might be dang banned from the podcast because I honestly hate this talk. I was telling Roy I hate hearing the dang freaking Chiefs dynasty being over talk. In my opinion, it's overplayed. It's all for clicks. No, it's not over. They just made a Super Bowl. They almost dang three-peated. They just won a big game. They're still in playoff contention. Y'all need to calm down on that. Patrick Mahomes is like dang 30 years old. No, it's not over. I'm tired of hearing it. Roy, you have your own opinion. I think you maybe have a little bit differing, but I hate hearing that one. Anyways, thanks for your question, Brandon.
Brandon. Brandon. Yeah, I really appreciate the question. I appreciate all these questions. Joanne's kind of geeked them. I think the Chiefs dynasty is potentially over, and it's looking interesting. No doubt. We're gonna see tomorrow. We really are gonna see tomorrow if the Cowboys beat the Chiefs. Some big talks, a lot of talk is gonna have to happen, no doubt.
I,
But yeah, Brandon, not too far off the spectrum on that one.
I
Spectrum.
think it's
Not
such
too
an
far off the,
overreaction.
yeah.
I think it's such an overreaction. The Patriots didn't win the Super Bowl every freaking year. I think they went dang 10 years in between two of the Super Bowls dang near. So, I mean, the Chiefs having one down year isn't a big thing. They still have Mahomes. They still have Chris Jones. They still have all these good players. I mean, like I said,
Right,
dynasty doesn't mean you're going to the Super Bowl every single year. Obviously, that's so out of the realm of possibility, but we've seen
right.
that from the Chiefs recently. That's the expectation. Bro, if they miss
Okay.
the freaking Super Bowl 1 year, 2 years, doesn't mean the dynasty's over. They still have Patrick Mahomes, so no, it's not over. This one riles me up.
Little, that's some interesting glaze. I think Patrick Mahomes is, giving Ravens that BTA to where you had to like glaze them. But yeah, I get you. All right. Yep.
Whatever. All right, and the final question from Mr. Tristan Cornwell. He asks, Unc, I need help. I'm on my eighth gap year, and my girlfriend just transferred to ASU. His question is, am I cooked? Roy?
Yeah, man. I think you're honestly not too cooked. You could just obviously take another gap year, no doubt.
Yeah,
But yeah, make sure you definitely, visit your girl, like, unexpectedly, little surprise visit during her
yeah,
whenever, 14-hour naps, no doubt. But yeah,
exactly. No, that's what
thoughts on that?
same thing. I think pretty much the exact thing. I think you could take another gap year or two.
Yeah,
Like Roy said, she's your girl. Just make sure you show her some love. Like he said, when she's napping, just unexpectedly come to her dorm with
yeah,
flowers. She'll love it, honestly. Just make sure you have her location
for
when she
sure.
turns it on. I know it's probably off a lot of the time, but when it's on, you
Loving
see her to the
campus.
dorm.
Yep, absolutely
Yeah,
fire campus ASU. Yep.
fire
All
campus.
right.
Just show up to her dorm with flowers, and you'll be all fine. But yeah,
No, for sure. Appreciate the
that pretty
questions.
much
That's honestly
that
one of my favorite segments. I agree, bro.
But please shoot your questions. They're super fun.
For
Shoot
sure.
them out everywhere. Shoot, freaking here, there, all over the place. We need them.
Interesting. Okay.
Give it to me. But yeah.
Shoot. Yeah.
All
No, I,
right.
I agree though, for sure. Share out that, and
Freaking,
keep commenting, please.
freaking 4 a.m. pod. All right.
Oh boy.
About to get this out in the next 2 hours as well to y'all. So this is FTP, pure FTP for the pod, for the people as
Yes,
well,
sir.
FTP. But on to some college ball because I could not freaking we almost did not even record the pod. We almost didn't record the pod. Honestly, it was me crashing out. But I wanted to get it out so bad, one before the Thanksgiving game so we can get those picks out. And then also just because it's such a huge weekend for college football. Such a huge weekend. This is the best weekend of college
Indeed.
football.
Yep.
If you're gonna get into the games, you're gonna watch the games on the weekend. A lot of y'all are off for break. Watch this weekend. We have games spanning from Friday to Saturday. We have the biggest games. The pick'ems this week is immense, and we're gonna go through all of them. And honestly, we don't got too many topics to talk about for college football because the games honestly speak for themselves.
For sure.
So let's start it off. Let's not waste any more time. Starting
Yep.
off with the Egg Bowl, big game. Number 7, Ole Miss, favored by 7.5 at Mississippi State. Um, the news around this one is, Lane Kiffin, we spoke about him, most
Yep.
likely going to be heading out to Florida or LSU. People are saying, how are the committee going to rank them, even if they win, if Lane Kiffin leaves? Because if he leaves, it's most likely going to be before the playoffs even start. People are saying, even if they win, are they going to be dropped just because they won't have their head coach?
Yep.
But before that, they got to take care of their rivalry game against Mississippi State, obviously unranked, pesky. They're favored by a touchdown. Oh, yeah, pretty much a touchdown, 7.5
Yep.
points. Do you have any words on this, Drew? I'm going to take it over first on my pick.
Yeah. Off the rip, very interesting name. I was kind of smirking a little. Egg Bowl. Do you know why it's called Egg Bowl? No.
Nah,
Egg
not
Bowl.
really.
Very
I
interesting name.
learned
I
it
like
at
the
one
names
point,
of
but I
the.
don't
I like,
remember.
yeah. Cheesable.
Cheesable.
But yeah, no. Like just to cover what you said about Lane Kiffin and him, possibly or for sure probably, departing from Ole Miss. I think they're one of those organizations where they're gonna, still be in the contention and playoffs and all that. Even if their head coach, heads out. But yeah, give me Ole Miss in this one for sure.
Give me Ole Miss as well. Mississippi
Yep.
State is a very pesky team. UT actually had to come back like in the fourth quarter, crazy comeback against them
Yep.
to win. But I think Ole Miss takes care of business. I think those boys are fighting for that playoff spot, even if they don't
Yep.
have Lane Kiffin. Did you hear? I know we just spoke a little bit about college football rankings when it comes to Ole Miss. Did you hear what the joke made by the committee? I think today or yesterday.
I don't think I did. No, what was it?
Someone asked them, "Hey, so if Lane Kiffin leaves, um, Ole Miss, where does that leave them? Like, would y'all drop in the rankings? What would
Yep.
y'all do? Like, just what are y'all gonna do with Ole Miss? If Lane Kiffin leaves?" And the main guy for the college football playoffs hit him with that question was just like, "What are y'all gonna do? Where are you gonna rank them?" He goes, 6, 7.
Nah, that's
No
crazy.
reaction, no laugh. Joke's dead. It's over. That's
But
probably one
yeah,
of the
nah,
worst jokes I've seen in my life.
I've
That
seen
was,
that joke
that was
fortunately
not
too
a
many
good one.
times, bro.
But I felt bad
It's
even just saying it
ridiculous,
right
bro.
there. But he did that on national television when someone asked me a serious question and no reaction. All right,
So the
but I got Ole
Congress,
Miss.
bro. It's
I got Ole
ridiculous.
Miss as well. But we got unranked Iowa favored by 6.5 at Nebraska. Who do you got?
I don't know too much about this matchup. I'm gonna take the just based off the favor. At Nebraska, that's interesting. Um, I like Nebraska actually at this one. Yeah, give me Nebraska.
I
Yeah,
got Iowa. No Dylan
okay.
Raiola for Nebraska. Um,
Brother.
it's
Oh,
gonna be. You already
brother.
locked it
Come
in.
on,
You already
son.
locked it in. But it's gonna be a very
Give me
defensive game.
Nebraska,
Iowa
bro.
games. Iowa games don't freaking go to high scoring. It's probably gonna be like dang 6-3 going into the fourth quarter, and then
It's
Iowa's gonna win
ridiculous.
by like 2 points. But
At
yeah, give me
Nebraska, but don't
Iowa to win
sleep.
that one.
But okay.
Don't
Okay.
sleep on that one. It's a rivalry game. All right,
Okay.
that one's kind of a sleeper in my opinion, in a bad way. But we got a big one
Right.
coming up. We got number 4 Georgia at number 23 Georgia Tech. So last year, this is one of the best games in college football. Went to, I believe, 8 overtimes.
That's
Freaking
crazy.
crazy. Georgia Tech should have won that game, but Georgia is currently favored at 13.5, even though it is at Georgia Tech technically. Who do you got?
Yeah, one of the best games last season. Give me Georgia. I think they're gonna cover the spread as well. Yeah.
Wow.
Blowout.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I think so too. Georgia Tech had a really good season. They obviously fell off the horse here at the very end,
Yep.
just losing to Pitt this last week. Um, I think Georgia's just rolling right now. Georgia Tech is going to be fighting, but I just don't think they can compete with a hot Georgia team right now.
Okay.
Yeah, give me Georgia. And
For
then
sure.
the big one, I will be at this game
Okay.
representing BG Nation myself. I got
Yeah,
the
we're
tickets.
gonna
I'll be there on Friday. BG Nation.
we're gonna need some
Y'all all
videos
be
of
there
that.
with me.
Some posts.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a little takeover day for me. I might just be vlogging my experience or something. Let me
It's
know
gonna
if
be
you
fire,
want
bro.
that. But yeah, we got
Sure.
number 3, Texas A&M at number 16, the Texas A&M favored by 2.5 points. I think we already
That's
spoke on this by a little
crazy.
bit. Who do you got? I think we already just
Yeah,
said
we
who we
definitely
got,
did
but
speak on this. Give me Texas. Yeah, definitely taking that. Very close game though. The spread
yeah,
2.5. I had
you
him
know,
in Texas winning by 3 points. Crazy. Yeah.
yeah, you know what? I know I said Horns by a million. I guess this answers
Yeah.
Audrey's question. I think it'd be a very close game. A&M
Okay.
hasn't fought or played a really high quality opponent besides Notre Dame all season.
Okay.
I think Texas is very battle tested right now, and they're fighting. They need this win if they want even a chance to make the playoffs. So, give me Texas by about 6 points.
And this
All
game is
right.
on this game's on Friday?
Yes,
Texas game?
Friday.
Okay.
Yep, starting at 6:30. So y'all tune in. I
Man,
know
it's gonna
most
be
of
a
our
great
fans are
game.
here in Texas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good game. Hopefully it's a good game.
Real
Hopefully not
quick
just a blowout.
question. What are the playoff implications if Texas wins this, bro?
So, Texas, a lot of people would say Texas are just completely out, but in order for Texas to make the playoffs, chaos pretty much has to ensue.
Damn.
So they one obviously they got to beat A&M.
Mm,
So beating the number 3 team in the nation would give them 3 top 10 wins in the season. So that boosts their resume. But they would need teams like Miami to lose, teams like Vanderbilt. Who else is ahead of them? Possibly an Ole Miss to lose. There's a good amount of teams ahead of Texas
damn.
that need to lose. Bama losing the Iron Bowl would help Texas out. So Texas would need like a good 3 upsets, honestly, and a win in order for
That's
them
crazy,
to make
though.
the playoffs. So
Wow.
they would need
All right.
chaos, but it's not out of the realm possibility. There out of the top 10 teams in the nation, 9 of them are going on the road
Right.
this weekend. So 9 are going on the road out of the top 10 teams, and most of those are rivalry games. So, you
Anything
know,
could happen. Yeah, no doubt.
anything
College
could
football is
happen.
crazy.
It is
Let's show.
crazy. So, but yeah, give me Texas. Roy also has Texas.
Yeah.
Another good one we have. Everyone's saying this is a very underrated rivalry right now. We have number 25 Arizona and number 20 Arizona State. Arizona
Okay.
favored by 1.5. Who do you got?
Yeah. I don't know too much about the matchup, but based off of previous years, give me ASU.
Yeah,
Yep.
give me ASU as well. Very heated rivalry, honestly. And it's been a long time since both teams have been good. So this is a ranked matchup. They're both ranked in the top
So,
25. So it should be a fun game. I believe that will be late night on Friday after the Texas A&M game. So
okay.
tune into that if you got the time on Friday
Yeah.
night.
Shout out
But yeah,
Tristan.
shout out who?
Tristan.
Who takes Tristan? Okay. Yeah, shout out Tristan.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Okay. 3 a.m. pod. But yeah, all right, moving on to the Saturday games. Some heaters here. We got number 12 Miami at number 22 Pitt. Miami favored by 6.5 points. However, Pitt is fighting to try to make the ACC championship. I believe a win here for Pitt would put them in the ACC
Mm,
championship game. Who do you got?
a win for Pitt. Would get him into the ACC championship game.
Yeah, and a loss for Miami, win for Miami would put them pretty much in the playoffs securely, but a loss would
Right.
knock them out. So pretty much a playoff game for Miami and
Wow.
Pitt. It's pretty much
I
a
think
playoff
Miami
game.
fumbles the bag, and I think Miami fumbles the bag. Pitt.
You
Yeah.
know, give me Pitt too. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
Miami usually fumbles at the end.
Yeah.
Same thing with Carson Beck. Pitt is red hot. They just upset Georgia Tech, and they're fighting for something. They both are, but I think they fumble the bag. Give me Pitt
Okay.
here. And
Yeah.
then I have here in big, all caps letters, the game. The biggest rivalry in college football. Quite literally just named the game. We have number one, Ohio State, favored by 9.5, going to number 15, Michigan. And Michigan has won 5 years in a row.
It's
Five
crazy.
years in a row.
It's crazy.
Who do you got? Number one OSU at number 15 Michigan. Ohio State favored by 9.5.
5 years in a row is a crazy stat. Michigan somehow always, past recent couple years comes out on top. But I think OSU handles this game. Yep. OSU.
You know,
Give me
me
OSU.
too. Ohio State. Give me Ohio State to win this game. I think they're just red hot. They haven't lost in a long time. I think the last loss was
Yep.
actually Michigan a year ago. They lost
Yep.
even they won the
It's
national
crazy.
championship, but they take care of business. I don't see them losing another year in a row. Give me Ohio State. Another
Okay.
big one that could knock Oregon, maybe not out of the playoffs, but Washington is looking to upset them here. Number 6, Oregon at Washington. Oregon favored by 6.5. Who do you got?
Yeah, no. I definitely heard that Washington's on a little heater recently, or I guess this season. I think Oregon's gonna handle this one. I think they're gonna, show why they're a playoff team, a top playoff team at least. And yeah, give me Oregon on this one for sure.
You know what? Just to be different, give me Washington. Whatever. Give me something to
Okay,
root for.
okay.
I'll be looking for Washington to get this dub. A big
It'll be
one,
interesting to
another
see.
big one. Pretty big rivalry. Been a little while. I guess last year they were both good as well. But the Battle of Tennessee, we got number 14 Vanderbilt and number 19 Tennessee. Tennessee favored at by 3.5 points. Who do you got? Vanderbilt, keep in mind, is fighting for a playoff spot here, a win here, and a little bit of chaos would probably boost them in. And Vandy in the playoffs would be
Right.
crazy. I mean, Tennessee trying to salvage pretty decent season as
Yeah.
well. I mean, maybe a shot of them making the playoffs, but again, like
Yeah.
Texas, need chaos to ensue. Who do you got?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Tennessee on this one. Volunteers not having the one of their best seasons, but I think Volunteers are definitely gonna get the dub on this one for sure.
Okay. Give me Vandy personally. I think they have a
Okay.
lot of fight. I think Diego Pavia is going to put the team on his back and he's going to try to will them to a late season push to make the playoffs.
Okay.
And then a huge one, honestly, maybe my most anticipated of the weekend.
Yeah.
Number 10 ranked Alabama, favored by 6.5 in the Iron Bowl, going to Jordan Hare at Auburn, a stadium that Nick Saban himself has said is cursed. The stadium is cursed. It is haunted because every time Bama goes there, crazy stuff happens. So,
Yep.
with all that being said, who do you got?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen the kick six, that other crazy catch. Curse Stadium, yes, but I think Bama's gonna take this one, no doubt. I'm going with the favorite.
All right, and maybe this might just be my Texas bias,
Okay.
but you know what? I was gonna go Bama entering today, but I'm just giving it a thought right now. I can see it. It's been due
Mm,
time. I feel like nothing crazy has happened at Auburn in a little minute.
okay.
They're gonna upset them, and they're gonna knock Bama out of the playoffs. Texas goes
That'd be a
in.
great sight to see as a Texas fan.
Yeah,
But
give
yeah.
me Auburn to beat Bama at Jordan Hare. I'm believing the hype today. But
Okay.
yeah, those are our picks. Like we mentioned, the
Very
games pretty
exciting
much
games.
pretty much speak for themselves. It's a great weekend to get into. I hope you watch, Roy. Those are great
I
games.
for
You'll
sure
be
will.
at
Yep.
home. Yeah, like I mentioned already, 9 out of the top 10 teams will be on the road.
Yep.
And the last thing I
I'm
wanted
very
to go,
excited.
it'll
What's
be
up, bro?
fun
Yeah.
time. Last thing I wanted to go over, just a quick little funny thing. Like I said, our home is usually UTSA at this point. I'm a former roadrunner myself. Went there for a year. Birds up. I just saw a funny stat. The haunted Alamo Dome. I love the Alamo Dome. Whatever. I
Hearts up.
love the Alamo Dome. I think it's honestly a fun place to go. Obviously, DKR in Austin is fun as well, just a different
Okay.
atmosphere. But the Alamo Dome is comfy as heck. Freaking A seat in there. Seats are good. And the fan section at UTSA does get rowdy. Shout out Rowdy Roadrunners.
Okay.
And I just saw a stat that in conference play over the past, since 2022, they're like, dang, 21-0. They don't lose in conference
Damn.
play. They will get blown out when they go on the road against nobody teams, but
Yeah.
they just beat Eastern Carolina, who they were favored to lose. They just smoked Eastern Carolina. So it seems like every time teams go into the
Crazy,
Alamo Dome,
man.
they just lose. And I just want to give a little shout out again
Haunted
to our
Alamo
UTSA
Dome. You got it
offense.
written right here. Haunted
Haunted
Alamo Dome.
Alamo Dome, a little spooky. Throwback to our spooky Epi one,
Spooky Epi. Yep.
spooky Epi. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for college football, and we're almost done, nearing the end here of our
For sure.
podcast at dang 4 a.m. This is pure
We're
FTP
going.
for
We're
the
going
pod,
deep. We're going very
but
deep.
we have to get this one out. But you wanted to end off
Pause.
with a little bit of soccer talk. A lot of people love soccer. FIFA World Cup coming
A
up
lot of
here
people
in
do
the
love soccer.
summer. I'm not a big soccer fan myself. I've been to an
Okay.
MLS game here in Austin. Obviously MLS
You do
different
like
from
Austin
like
FC, I
obviously
thought. Yeah.
I like Austin FC. I do. But I just can't get into soccer too much unless it's the off season. But I'll
Okay.
let you take this one over, and we'll wrap up with this.
For sure, man. I just wanted to definitely introduce the soccer segment. Like you said, FIFA World Cup coming up soon, and we're definitely going to be talking about that, especially during the off season, next year. What you doing, G? But nah, this one's gonna be a little interesting, just a little debate question. Off the rip, we could talk about Ronaldo. Ronaldo, obviously, you know, top icon. Yeah, top athlete. Yep. And him, he recently hit a bicycle kick, a crazy bicycle kick, at the age of 40, by the way, at age of 40.
He's 40.
Yeah, this ties into,
Dang.
LeBron's legacy too, man. This might, tarnish LeBron's legacy because, as a top athlete, you know what I mean? But yeah, he had a crazy bicycle kick, and this poses the question: who do you think is better, Ronaldo or Messi? What do you think
I'll
about
let
that?
you take this over. Who do you got yourself
Personally,
personally?
okay, look, I might, stir it up a little, but I personally think Ronaldo is the GOAT of soccer. Yes. What do you think?
Really? So
Yeah,
I think you know soccer a little bit more than me. But from what I know about
probably 10
soccer,
more. Okay.
I thought Messi was like the undisputed GOAT at this point. You know what? And
Right.
I thought that conversation kind of ended last World Cup whenever
Yeah.
him and Argentina ended up winning the World Cup.
Yeah.
Um, I thought Messi was just solidified GOAT. So from what I
Right.
know, I thought he was just Tom Brady of the sport.
Right.
That he was just that guy in my
Um,
opinion.
I get you. I know. I definitely get that, and I honestly agreed in certain points in my life as well that Messi was the GOAT. But I think recently, definitely, I'm gonna take Ronaldo just for one fact that Ronaldo mogs, bro.
Ronaldo
Genuinely,
does mog. You know what?
he
He
mogs like an
mogs,
insane amount.
and I've seen like the stats when it comes to like how many goals they've scored.
Yeah.
Obviously, the flashiness of Ronaldo, the popularity. Even though Messi is like considered the GOAT, Ronaldo does
Yeah.
have like more followers in every aspect. He's more
Yeah.
popular around the world. But I
For sure.
mean, what would it be? Again, I'm not a big soccer guy, so would it
Okay.
be fair to say Ronaldo is probably the better athlete, such as maybe Aaron Rodgers is a better athlete than Tom Brady, but Messi's just
Right.
greater when it comes to his accomplishments? Would it be
Personally, yeah, no doubt. There's definitely different like types of players in soccer. I think Messi's more of obviously like a finesse, pass the ball and then you get it quick, maybe hit a little finesse shot. Ronaldo's more of that, tall, stronger archetype where, jump up, get a header or hit a damn bicycle kick, crazy little bicycle kick or a long shot, power shot, you know what I mean? Definitely two different archetypes. And I think yeah, I prefer the Ronaldo, just Mogs in general. In every way possible. But yeah, I definitely like
Right.
Messi though. I'm not, I show love to Messi, no doubt. Like you said, won the World Cup. Argentina, is he going to play with Argentina this upcoming World Cup? I don't know exactly the details on that, but we can definitely start talking about it soon. For sure.
Ronaldo is a goat because he mogs? I think that
Yeah,
is a
bro. Just
perfect
like
way to.
yeah,
That's a perfect
checkmate
way to
situation.
freaking talk about our dang soccer knowledge to this point. But I am interested to get more into soccer, like you said, as the World Cup comes
Yes, bro.
along. I do honestly like Austin FC just because having a pro sports franchise in your city is always great. So those games
For
are
sure.
fun. You should always invite you, Roy, to pop out with me. One of those. They're pretty cheap.
One of these days
They're
we
a
might have
fun
to pop
time.
out. Yeah.
You know what? Soccer is really fun to watch, honestly. Good game is fun to
Oh
watch, especially
yeah.
when you know a bit
Okay.
about it. But yeah, so our soccer fans, a little bit of love for you out there.
For
We were
sure.
trying our best to kind of expand our horizons. I even thought about maybe getting a little bit into hockey myself personally. I think hockey's a
I would
pretty
want
cool
to hear
sport.
that. I don't, yeah, I
Um,
don't lean too much into hockey, but that'd be interesting.
Hockey's fun. And then, other things going on this weekend: WWE Survivor Series. John Cena, his second to last match, he'll be going against Dominic Mysterio. Huge 5v5 in the cage of War Games match going on for the women's and the men's. Tune into that. I'll probably talk a little bit about how that turns
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna
Hope
need you
maybe
to definitely summarize what happens in that
you
for
can watch
sure.
it, man. You can watch it too. That's fine.
Maybe I might have to tune
It's
in. There's gonna be a lot
nah,
of other games,
I about to say
happening
I
this
probably
weekend.
won't tune in live just because all the other games going on, but I'll
Yeah,
definitely be caught up on that. Maybe The Rock might come back. Been a little bit teased that The Rock may come back,
The
so we'll see.
Rock.
We'll see. But that pretty much, if unless you have anything else to say, wraps up
No,
our
man. Yeah.
EP5. We're
Happy
clocking in at
Thanksgiving for
yeah
sure.
3:56 a.m. Hopefully this is released before the first NFL game. But yeah, happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
man.
to our fans. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Roy.
For
Very
sure. Happy
thankful for
Thanksgiving, Juan. No doubt.
what we have so far up to episode 5. But yeah,
For sure.
FTP, share the pod, BG Nation.
Yes, sir.
That's
See
it.
y'all, BG. Yeah.